All right, let's go ahead and party. Wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it is time for horse. A little bit on my end. I feel like I'm a couple years too late for the whole haircuts for men thing, but I got recommended them recently. I'm like, this is good painting music. I've been painting to them listening off stream, so that's been fun. Let me say hello to all the nice nerds. Hello, just some troglodyte over on YouTube. I believe you exist. Yeah, I can confirm you exist. You are real. And hello, one Nintendo player also on the YouTubes. And to all the people on the Twitch, let me say hello to everybody. Hello, nobody. Congratulations on your first. Oh man, you are very, very close to the super noise. Hello, the real evil Steve. Hello, Derp of the Mega. Hello, Ars Animus. And Mr. Jaquel and the Dino Custodian. Hello, Cryo Cheese. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. And hello, I'm the real Squiggy. How you nerds doing? How you nerds doing? So yeah, I've worked on these a little bit previously. It's been a hot minute since I've revealed horse. So yeah, these are some Tully Cavaliers from the Song of Ice and Fire wargame, which is a very, very fun wargame. But no, we're not gonna paint those. No, we will. I just want to wrap up a little project I was working on like right before stream. These are some bases for my Trench Crusade dudes, which I basically at this point just need a very quick bit of streaking grime, and then I'm gonna let them dry a little bit. Yeah, it is. It's real true. My little Tully hours. Hello, Crime. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, you can totally actually. I think giants are playable if you play Free Folk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are 3D printed bits. They have a real rough dry brush on basically most of them. Based and base pilled, yes. I never used to do any of the X and Y pilled thing until recently, and now it's a hideous brain disease that just makes me incomprehensible to everyone because I don't do anything normal with it. Oh, Charlie, how you doing? Yo, let's go. Isn't GMing fun? I have a hard time going back to being a player, after getting the GM bug. But I'm glad you had a lot of fun. And hello, Deacon, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I should explain what I've been up to recently. So yesterday there will be a VOD at some point. I've been reassured. I was actually astral projecting myself into Anime North up in glorious Canada. So that was fun. I was playing a one shot by the D20 Live people. It was specifically Mutants and Masterminds for a Dragon Ball Z style universe. It's really rad. Yeah, I'll make sure everyone can get access to the VODs whenever those exist. I don't know when they're going to exist, but I know it will happen at some point. There was nothing to. I think I replied. I don't know actually how many of you guys went to Anime North. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll make sure everyone can see the VODs when they're ready. And hello, Bunny. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And hello, Matthew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Well, yeah, a lot of con stuff. And then today I had to work. Specifically, the guild was like, today you must work, Hal, even though it is a resting day. But they forced me to work. That's fine. I can't decide what to eat. Chinese food. Get Chinese food. Delivery specifically. Chinese food always tastes better when it's delivered. That's just true. Or no, actually picking it up always tastes better. How you doing, Belly? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Ah, that was good. I really needed that. There we go. But oh yeah, I think I can very least show off the toggles. I can show you guys the toggles from the Anime North stuff because I still got those up. So let's see. There we go. So this is how I looked when I was in my character form. I played a gigantic lug of a guy from Namek. So check this out. Hello, Absolute Proxy. How you doing? Check this out. Oh yeah, I forgot I had to do like 2 more toggles. Hold on. Hey, this is what I look like when I played the game. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Technology and science. All right, let me turn that off just because it's very silly. There we go. And let me get my little brushy brush out. And another really cool thing, which I can just do all the time. Hey, let me shout her out. There is a wonder if you like elf green American, you might like elf red Canadian, the wonderful Maple Winters. I got that yet. Yeah, oh yeah. I was like, did I get Maple? And I see Solitaire Collection. I'm like, yeah, no, I got her. I got her. She actually hooked me up with some really cool filters. So check this out. Check this out. I got speed lines, and then also I can go Super Saiyan. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? There we go. Excellent. Oh yeah. The side braid was my default. That was the OG Hal haircut, and it's kind of went to long hair after this new form. But I need to bust it out more. Busting the holy nut. I don't know if you can put nut and holy together in the same sentence, but sure, nerd, whatever. Where the head pats? Did the head pats not work? Hold on. Unless a head pat redeem? Oh shit! Why aren't the head pats working? That's okay. I can manually toggle those. Here we go. I love the Strom Bizzler. Yeah, don't worry. That's basically par for the course. Nothing is particularly surprising about that. But how you doing? How you doing? If you don't know me, I'm probably not the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And I swear I'm going to be painting horses today, but right now I'm applying some streaking grime to these bases because I would like to get my corpse guard ready for Trench Crusade. Yeah, today unfortunately, like yesterday was a lot of fun. Tomorrow, this morning was just a lot of working, but I get tomorrow off, and I think I'm going to be playing Magic with the lads. Probably if I've been experimenting a little bit more with streaking grime. I typically use oil washes, but for these I won't. I don't mix and match. Yeah, the horse heresy. I wonder if somebody's made models for that pun, but also horse heresy model like minis are so ridiculously expensive. I feel like it'd be like you would suffer financially for doing that. I'm busted for Jeebus. Now I just think about all those like rapping for Jesus. And Strom Bizzler, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the workshop. And hello, Bye Nuyen. Welcome. How you doing on the YouTube side? How you doing? All right. So what these are going to do is that these bases are going to sit a little bit so they can kind of dry and stain, and then I'm going to use a little makeup sponge, doodly, and I'm gonna kind of wipe some of that nonsense off. But now we can actually go back to what you're all waiting for, which is horses. Let's see. There we go. Yippee. All right. It's horse time, motherfuckers. I feel like I should start with the metal. I feel like getting the metal on the riders will set up for like a good what the fuck to do for MLP and play normally. I do know there is a MLP like actual tabletop RPG. I don't really have any strong feelings about Funny Horse Show, so I don't know. Hey, it's Saribot. This is a good bot. This is a good bot that I was told is good for like I think some VTubers are getting hit by ye old spam raids, so I set up for that. Yeah, these are from Cool Mini or Not. Well, technically the company releasing this Cool Mini or Not. I believe the actual people who are sculpting these are Dark Sword Miniatures, which I think have done some like historical sort of dealios in the past and whatnot. I don't know if I've actually seen anything else by Dark Sword besides these. So there we go. I'm gonna get a 3D printer. You should. 3D printers are rad. I do enjoy my 3D printer very much. Oh yeah. Hold on. I can also I swear I'll paint horse, but I did do a. Oh god, I have 2 3D printing things to show you nerds. Okay, I have 2. And I swear horses will be painted tonight. Alright, let me go back to the medium zoom. One of them is I made my leader unit for Trench Crusade. He's not done yet, but this is my Lord of Tumors. So it is a big boy. Hello, Chieftain. How you doing? And hello, Billy. It's me. Wow. I don't know if I'd say I'm cool. Hello, I'm Dangel. Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, isn't this a big rad guy? This is specifically 2 miniatures that have been attached to each other. One was like an alchemist that I cut the bottom off, and the other was, this is from like a big 100mm spider mini that I shrunk down a lot. So I need to do a lot more like making the parts a coherent whole. Yeah, the funny thing, this is going to be a 40mm base model, and everyone's going to come up to like right here on them, which is kind of accurate to the art, to be fair. It's okay. You'll get that 69, I believe. And the other If you thought that shit was cursed, everybody, I showed this on Twitter, and I still need to make sure I get all the parts printed, so this is not glued, it's just a dry fit. Behold. Yeah, how do you like the evil corn Thomas the Tank Engine? Thomas the Paint Engine, it's terrible. Oh yeah, I haven't even got a chance to attach the plasma gun to it yet, which is gonna be great. So let me set that aside. So yeah, I'm big excited. Yeah, Thomas the Blood Engine, exactly. It's gonna be fun. And Mr. Morbius, thank you for the sub over on YouTube's land. How you doing? Oh wow. Yeah, listen, well, it only has plasma and chain options, though. You can print out extra like carts. So like if you wanted to have like a blood cage or like a blood, like you know how trains will sometimes carry like big canisters of just like usually like oil or something like that. You can do that with blood, which is great. How you doing? A kiss. Okay, maybe just a little one, like a little. There we go. That's it. I feel like indulging this once. I don't want to get too weird. I can do it. Every now and then is a treat. Yeah, you could probably. Part of me thought about the idea of actually just printing. So the actual scale of it is really tiny if you print it with the default settings. And while I'd like to print out something bigger, my 3D printer is very tiny, and it does not like. I want to print a Titan at one point because that's just a fun thing to do if you have a 3D printer and more resin than sense. But my current one is way too small. But I would like to like get a bigger printer and make him like a full-size gigantic train thing, more or less. That'll be in the future. I'm in a weird spot where I keep finding more and more use cases for me getting a new or better printer. Like I'm getting to a point with some of the 3D bases I'm printing. When I'm dry brushing, I can see some of the like layer lines. There's not much I can really do about it with my current printer. I'm like, what if I got a better printer? I don't like need it. Like it'd be nice, but I don't like need it. Yeah, I was actually thinking about scaling up the body and using it for a Chaos Knight. Oh, glad you like the braid. Yeah. Like I said, this is back when I was a humble Vroid. This is about all I could really do hairstyle wise. So it's been a core part of my styling sense. And it stuck around. And I think for the most part I kind of just keep long hair as the default. I know initially long hair was supposed to be an alt, but I really liked it. I was like, okay, I'll probably do long hair as a default, but I'll still keep the old one around. I also got a messy hairstyle too. Can do that. Yeah, this is technically the mimic hair specifically, but it's just like messy hair, which is nice. We'll rock the dead mom braid though. We can do that tonight. But yeah, I was thinking making it into for the 24-hour stream. Oh god, I've actually never once done I've been doing this for like 4 years, and I've not actually done a 24-hour stream. The longest I've ever done was 12 hours, and that was during a like 2021 birthday bash thing. I don't know. That one, basically the way I was able to get that to work was I more or less shifted content every 2 hours, because I think that's generally the trick, is to do something like that. I would be curious if I could do a 24 hours of painting, but I think by like hour 7, I would be a shambling wreck, like totally incomprehensible, like not coherent in the slightest. So that one I might have to like put on hold for another day. Hand cramp. I don't typically get hand cramps, but that could be a concern. That could be a concern. Like I said, I've never really truly tested my limits. That would be fun though. The I guess when the Age of Sigmar box comes out, if I was to do like, how many like Skaven and like Stormcast models could I paint in one 24-hour period live on stream? That could be neat. Shit, that might actually be pretty. That might be pretty rad. I might have to wait on that one. I might have to see. I might have to struggle with the logistics and see how that's gonna work. Going, oh yeah, I think I'm just doing it all on this. But yeah, no. It's like, I have been making the, what's it called? Mass Effect 5 got announced. Wait, we don't even have Mass Effect 4 yet. What the fuck? How you doing, Squids? Or are we going to deign to call Andromeda Mass Effect 4? I'm not gonna. I can't play it. I'm not gonna do that. Like, as somebody who more or less enjoyed Mass Effect as a series, and I replayed it recently. I replayed the original trilogy. I can't. There's no way. There's no way. Nothing would imply that this game is going to be any good. Like, I know that there's the whole, like, giving people multiple chances. I can't. BioWare has burned me so many times, I would be a moron if I gave them an additional $60 at any point in my life. And I'm generally good at keeping my word for, like, that kind of thing. I'm not like the guy that's like, oh, I boycotting Call of Duty, and then you could see, what are you playing right now on Steam? Call of Duty. No. I said after Mass Effect 3, no more BioWare, and I have not given them a fucking dime. The only reason I got the Legendary Trilogy is because I got it for free on Twitch. You're not wrong, nobody. At the end of the day, the models are at least fine. And I can use them for other games. You're technically not wrong on that. You are right. Glassstone's houses and whatnot. But I don't really have a good response to that, if I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't know. I feel like I can put up with G-Dub's bullshit a bit more than BioWare's, but they're fairly comparable, I guess. Oh, Albert, how you doing? Welcome. I'm painting. Technically, I'm painting not a Warhammer model, but I've. You know what? I'm not gonna paint a Space Marine, to appease the G-Dub's gods. The James Workshop ninjas will have to suck my dick. I'm gonna paint a horse for a competing war game. That's fine. Fine Turp 28. I guess anything's a Fine Turp 28 mini if you put your heart into it. Look you. But wait, did you say like you bought like the new ones? Like do the new ones still have do the new ones still have all the same like marking and stuff like that as the older ones? Because that would be very silly. That'd be incredibly silly if that was true. Pretender benefit. That is an advanced level cope maneuver that I don't know. That sounds like a neat idea. To this day, it's maybe this is gonna show like a bit of like the man-child in me, despite the fact that I live like a reasonably self-sustaining life. But I've actually never bought. I don't think I've ever technically bought a stock before, outside of like, you know, like retirement bonds and stuff like that, which is like very indirect stock buying. I feel like a little missed out, but by the same token, like I don't know, I'm a bad gambler, so I'd rather not. Instead, I'll spend my money on plastic that actively decreases in value. That's perfect. That's like another one of those things too, where it's just like my priorities are fucked. I think is the kindest way I could say. Their pets. It increase. Yeah, I mean not really. Honestly, a lot of models, like, unless you're doing, like, commission painting, in my experience, a lot of, like, at least at my skill level, I'm not doing, like, well, I guess the, like, Siege Studio does, like, okay paint jobs for, like, an okay amount of money, but usually you'll be like, yo, I'm gonna contact you directly, and here's the model I would like you to paint, and then they do that. Retirement account. Oh, there we go. See, that's kind of the same thing. I don't know. I don't consider Roth IRA stuff to be buying stocks and whatnot, because that's just kind of a thing that's kind of done. It got stock now, stamps only a couple of years younger than me. Wow. And actually, I'm curious actually what my oldest model is. I don't actually know. I got like a couple of like, I believe they're Rogue Trader era Space Marines, and I don't mean like the RPG. I mean like actual like the monopose punched over kits. Do I still got those on my desk? How you doing, Aaron? Welcome. How? No. Every so often I get asked like, how will you ever open commissions? And I'm fairly certain out of I think I basically said out of real extraordinary circumstances, the answer is probably no. Plain monetary. Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's go. But yeah, no, I got too much of my own shit. Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Do I got them on the table? I do got the lead. Hold on. Yeah, I got a couple of these guys a while ago. Back when I got that big miniatures lot from the guy who was like, his wife was like, the minis are me. Check it out. I got the very old monopose beakies. They have seen better days because they were painted real rough, and I stripped the paint. Part of me is debating one day of just painting them up Minotaur style, just to be like real sacrilegious. But yeah, I got the real fucked up one. So I did not do this kit bash. I think it's a kit bash. Like, it's definitely the plastic's different. Was this guy who came with them. He's got like a head for sure. But like, he's got the pistol, which is fine. But he's just got this closed fist, like he's getting ready to jerk it while he fires a gun. I don't understand the thought process. Mind you, this is just somebody else in the wild doing this. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what's going on with this guy? But yeah, maybe one day I'll go ahead and about to show this. I don't think so. No, the thing is like a lot of older GW menus are like mid squat. That is just like a very common pose of the era. But the thing is, that was my thought, is like him having a bolter would make sense because then you'd be like more kind of like an assault marine. But the fist is closed and there's no like glue remnants for near the top. Yeah, basically more or less the earliest minis that G-Dubs has done. Everybody is a hunched over squat weirdo with like a real bulky body. And depending on the model and the era, sometimes you could be like, that's soul. And then other times you'd be like, that's garbage. How about it, pal? How you doing? Yeah, I do love me beakies. I do love me beakies. Which is funny because my Horus Heresy army specifically have not used the beaky helmets because Death Guard don't like them. Those are like mostly chainmail. I guess I'll do like more or less most of the armor metal. And I'll probably go back in later with like a silver and highlight the chainmail and some other shit. That sounds like a thing to do. It's LE2 is Lee2 and he's hunch as fuck. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can find a picture. Oh yeah, this one. Honestly, the thing that I enjoy now is that, like, I'm not going to say that everybody who used to do minis were bad at painting. But a lot of them were just, like, new hobbyists. Like, there's, like, typically if you check out, like, the historical scene for minis, like, they're not saying that there aren't, like, absolutely amazing painters in there. But there's a lot of totally serviceable paint jobs. Like, maybe a smudgy base coat, and that's it. But now as the hobbies evolve, you got a lot more like very professional painters, and seeing them take the old minis and like really give them like kind of modern techniques to pop looks real good. Like that, I googled a picture of Lee too, where it's like somebody just like gave him proper highlights and whatnot. And I'm like, ooh, very good, very good. I did also find a site too. So there is a very ancient war game. I know very little about it. Let me see if I can find the name again. Hold on, this is going to make the YouTube chat kind of hidden. It is called... Where is it? It's called Starguard. There is a game called Starguard where they have, like... You can buy incredibly old models from this game. Like, this game is, like, straight up 40 years old. Like, I believe it even maybe predates 40K. And, all of the models are... wild. Like they're really, really crude. Like, hold on. I'm gonna save a picture of the necromorph officers from there. Hello, Podinator. Welcome. How you doing? They're all boomers and have an email group. Oh yeah, no, that's pretty common for historical stuff. I mean, if you think it'd be fun, give it a shot, you know? I mean, I don't think it would hurt just to like show up and be like, yo, what's up? But, like look at this chuckle fuck. Oh god, yeah, like this is the sample, one of the sample models they got on there. Oh yeah, they could. I mean, that would be a good alternate starter trio. I think at this point they're never gonna deviate. I think they're locked in, unfortunately. Yeah, it is. It's called Starguard, which I should also post a picture of the 42nd anniversary 7th edition legendary rules. Oh my god, nothing is above like 300 pixels high. Like look at this beautiful cover. Look at this beautiful. The game that refuses to die. That's not a quality mark. It is very soul though. It is extremely soul. There actually are some models I would like to buy from this range. They're called Nautiloids and I love them. I love the Nautiloids so much. I would like to buy some. It's what you do when you have a budget of like $-. All smart. Yo, let's go. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Honestly, a lot of historical, like it's funny if you find historical players on the internet. A lot of times they will tell you to end your life and that your choice in wargame is shit and you should feel bad. A lot of times though, if you meet them in person, and like I don't mean they have like switch personalities. I mean there's like historical guys and historical guys. Those ones will probably just give you minis or like show you how to do stuff. But like look at these. Look at these lads. Look at these lads. They're amazing. They're amazing. They're goofy. They're goofy little Nautiluses with like little guns. I assume they're metal. And I don't know what the fuck they did with the... I'm assuming this is like a really like terrible dip wash. I imagine it has to be something like that. Just like absolutely goofy. I know they have very strong goober energy. I'm gonna hide this Dorko. That Dorko doesn't matter. I'll keep Starguard there just for context. I'll leave these two frolicking in the corner. I think it's like you can order them like $15 for 2. I'm really get them for swill. I don't know. There's not that many models with a strong fish theme for swill, but I believe I think Max is actually beginning to release some like little war bands for swill, which I still need to really look into. I still need to look into that. Not enough budget to make 2 different armies. Oh yeah. That, I mean, like a lot of I think it's really we take for granted the fact that like you can buy minis at the store. Oh yeah, that's where I was looking them up at. I have tinsoldier.com, which let me just go ahead and link that for everybody. If you would like to peruse the entire line. The entire line is amazing. Is it 4? I thought there was only 2 for some reason. No shit, that's a squad of 4. If you would, I am not affiliated with this like old ass website. This is some web 1.0 shit, so you know it's amazing. There we go. I mean, honestly, a lot of terrain has like similar enough that like if you make certain pieces that match a theme, you will be fine. Like I think if you make Carnival terrain, I do not see why you could not also use that for swim. I could totally believe that. I'm also beginning to build some terrain myself today. I got a... Yeah, that's the funny thing. If they required me to give them my credit card, I'd be worried. But the fact that I could PayPal makes me a bit less reticent. Oh, how you doing, anthropomorphic dog? Welcome. How you doing? We're showing off incredibly old minis from a 42-year-old war game. That's the funny thing. At this point, like that's probably even older than what they're advertising. I think that was just like that might be outdated. I heard of Wargames Foundry. That they sound familiar. I feel like I've looked them up before. Like a shop, right? Found. Oh, wait a minute. God, these look really the painting style looks really familiar. What else did they do? Definitely look like they do. Okay, they definitely do historicals. I guess I haven't super looked into them too much. I'll have to give them a look at some point. I see paper starships. I have not. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because yeah, like Carnival's very, very, very watery, and then how you doing, Fox? Welcome everybody. Welcome. Hello, Super Tiger Fox. Hello, Wind Wizard. Hello, Aloof Centipede. Welcome everybody. Welcome. I am Howard the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle Skaven variety. Though today, I am not painting anything Nurgle or Skaveny. I am painting haunts from the A Song of Ice and Fire Wargame. I'm going incredibly slow, though technically, since tomorrow's a holiday, I could probably maybe go a little longer. I don't know. I'll have to see when the usual crew begins to duck out. And we got the haunts. Your voice died. Oh no! Fuck! You chatted too hard. That's okay. Definitely rest up that voice. Get those cough drops, and or I know the VTuber response is like, have you considered honey tea? I love that advice. I don't think it's like bad advice necessarily, but I do find it funny. It's like a lot of VTubers will recommend it like somebody has never heard of the concept of tea. It's very goofy. Guys, I think VTubers are goofy little people sometimes. They can do be like that. Yeah. Definitely take it easy. Rest up your voice. I am currently applying some base coats to these knights. I do not believe I will be getting very far with them at all tonight. That's fine. As long as they look at least slightly more done than when I started, that's cool. RTRR. But what is the RTR? But going to 8 hours for any kind of talking though will destroy your voice. This is why I'm very wary about doing a 24-hour stream or something like that. Rogue Trader. Oh, that would do it. And Wind Wizard, thank you for the follow and welcome to the workshop. Yeah, I know, right? VTuber's goofy. Wouldn't that be wild and weird and wacky? Big if true. Nice. Were you doing like a tournament of like the actual like the original war game? Were you doing the RPG tabletop or the RPG? I don't know. Like I guess you could do like a race. That'd be the closest thing you could do with the video game. I would like to play the OG Road Trader at some point in my life. I think that'd be fun. Oh, that's what they just call it. Oh, okay. Still sounds pretty cool though. Nice. Back to Fish says playing Front Mission remake. Did they remake the first Front Mission? Oh fuck, I have not checked in on that. Ah, that's what my local shop does. Okay. Yeah, I still need to. That was a funny thing. I joined my shop's Discord so I could be like, I would like to play a Warhammer 40k game at some point. I need to do that. I do need to do that. Instead, I ended up playing A Song of Ice and Fire. So, I still get to keep my Wargamer cred, but like, I still local VTuber who paints Warhammer models has yet to play Warhammer 40k. I have played Age of Sigmar back in 2nd edition though. It's also funny because like hearing people talk like, yeah, I like Warhammer and minis and stuff. No, I haven't played in like 3 editions. Hello, Jackie Be Good. Welcome everybody. Welcome. How you nerds doing? Let me shout you out. If you do not know me, I am Howard the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And oh god, what the hell happened with that? I absolutely botched that. Let me do that. There we go. Oh, how is the Hi-Fi Russian? Let me shout you out, and then let me say hello to all the nice nerds. Hello, Bubble Beams, and hello, the Hellish Flora. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Was how do I paint rats? I will be painting more rats come the summer. Age of Sigmar 4th edition's coming out around then, and by God, I will be painting the ever-loving fuck out of some rats. So if you're like, why doesn't Hal paint some rats? Hello, Isoval. Welcome. Oh. See, the weird thing is I've always, like, Dropfleet Commander from a distance seems neat, but I never hear people talk about that game without intensive bitching. And the thing is, like, it doesn't seem like it's bitching, like, you can tell, like, sometimes people will bitch to bitch, but usually the people I hear bitching about Dropfleet, It feels like they know what they're talking about and they're frustrated, if that makes any sense. And hello, Mittens. How you doing? How you doing? There will be rats. There will be rats. I'm telling you, rats will be real. All right, also, let me go back to these bases real quick. Oh, yeah, Chocolate. I did look them up. They do look pretty cool. I don't know if I have a need to get them, any minis from them, but I will keep them in mind. My buddy's ready for the rat horde. Oh, thank you. I need to do one more step. I did a streaking grime thing, so I'm going to try to do, like, the, you take the little makeup sponge and you use that to kind of wipe off some of the residue. I think the wood might have gotten a little bit too much time to dry, so I'm going to use a little bit of they're called mineral spirits. If that actually does, I'm probably not going to do much. Oh, camera froze. Oh yeah, I imagine rats are great pets. I unfortunately cannot have one because I have a snake. I love nanners. You can't really have snakes and rats because that's just keeping food nearby. Yeah, this bit's gonna be a little dirty and streaky. Okay, I get a little bit of dirt around the sides. Gonna bring that back. And we'll do this one as well. It's kind of a light. Is this the one with the mineral? Fuck. I forget which side had the mineral spirits on it, so we'll just do some dabbing. It'll be fine. You have system protective. Yeah. No, I don't see. I like 3D printing. I don't see. There are certain companies that I think would do great with 3D printing. I don't know if Games Workshop has, like, they don't really have any financial reason to do anything with that. Like I said, I 3D printed this base for context. Oh, Nanners is a ball python. I've had her for roughly 4 years now. Will be 5 come September. And oh, so I did a gigantic renovation of her cage today, actually. I put in a bunch of new substrates. I got her some extra plants. And when I was cleaning the cage out, she actually stuck like at the very back of this very specific part of like the little temporary cage I had her in, which was really, really nice. So that was I could weigh her. Nanners weighs 5 pounds. My snake weighs 5 pounds. How you doing, Kenzie? Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. I paint every week, so if you'd like to see me paint, that will be a regular occurring thing. But how you doing? I'm taking a very, 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 very short break. Taking a very short break from my Tully Cavaliers to get to kind of like clean up these the base for my Trench Crusade Corpse Guard. Let's see, times of people, but oh yeah, no, I'm not saying you shouldn't play it. I'm just saying, like, every now and then, from as an outsider, I see the minis and I'm like, ooh, these are kind of cool. Overwhelming, so I'm taking a break from them. Oh god, no, that's a mood. That is a mood. It's all good. Or maybe watching me lightly dab on like a couple of little crusty lads might kind of help. I think these are like relatively good. This one I might do a little bit of the very, very thin brown kind of. There we go. Done by soda. Should be quick. Wait, did you dunk the Space Marines in the soda? How did that happen? I mean, you can always strip paint too, which isn't too bad. Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with the pricing. The pricing's bullshit, even though as nobody pointed out, I do get G-Dubs minis. Not all the time, but I do partake. I do smoke with a Space Marine every now and then recreationally. Really though, the big thing if you like if you like to do 40K with extra 3D printing, it is worth just checking out your local store and just see what their policies are. And I don't. Oh, spilling. Oh shit. Hopefully they're not too fucked. I can't imagine soda would fuck up the paint job that bad. But like, yeah, I guess worst case you could probably strip it. It would be a waste of time, but at least the model won't be ruined. I know my store has like they effectively said that like you could have like 20% of your army 3D printed and you can kind of just go wild on bits. Which is a policy I like quite a bit. I like that, so I can like Because I was like, hey, I did just a steering mullet conversion and whatnot with this fly, and they're like, that shit's rad. Yeah, you're fine, dude. I'm like, excellent. Cool beans, big fan. Ooh. Oh shit, this guy also did not do the little bits. These guys are still like very rough. I painted them. How long did I paint them? Quite a bit, and they're still nowhere near done. They got a lot. They don't got like the wildest amount of details, but they got like a decent. They got a decent. Kind of get like that, like. There we go. Oh, Nanners is doing great. In fact, when the next time I have a new pictures of Nanners too for the Nanners fan club that I can show. Every now and then I'm like looking at different angles where it's like, oh, on this model I missed this side. I should check on the previous one I did and see if I also missed that. I still don't know. I think these ones are probably gonna do an oil wash. I don't think I would like to darken them up and gritty them a bit, but I don't think I'm gonna do streaking grime. Streaking grime I'm still like 50-50 on. Whether I like the effect or not. The big support sprue. Oh, did they? Wait, did they ship with the sprue, or are you just saying you're just like 3D printing like third-party variations and whatnot? Either way, I can totally get it. Epic the musical. I don't know if I know that one actually. To be fair though, my knowledge of musicals is borderline non-existent. It's Repo to Genetic Opera. That's it. That's the only musical. No, that's not true. There's South Park the movie. I don't know. I know there's like usually like there's like Grease and like the kind of the big theater ones, Rent and whatnot. I don't know if I've actually ever seen Rent. Probably don't need to though. Rent is probably one of those things I saw like the movie adaptation at some point, and it probably just totally slipped out of my brain. Which is fine. Hi, Hamilton's one. Oh, that's true. I heard that people do like the Hamiltons, or they don't. I don't know. There's a period of time where people were like, Hamilton is the greatest piece of media that's ever been produced, and if you don't agree with that, you are stupid. And I think those people have mostly been bullied out because like I feel like those kind of hardcore like I don't know what you call them, Hamel heads. I don't think that's what they're called, but it's very funny to call them that. We're kind of like the same people that would tell you that the BBC Sherlock back in the day was the best show ever. Kind of a similar crossover group. Oh yeah, I did see Dr. Horrible way back when. Looking for a paint. Where did I put my metallic at? I don't know. I might have to switch paint if I can't find where this metallic went. Kind of important. That was another good one. Let's play a fun game of where the fuck did Hal put like legitimately the most important arsenal in. Oh, it got knocked over. That's why it got knocked over behind some other paints, which is just the Vallejo Air Gunmetal. I did get the new Vallejo metal color because you nerds were like, that one's really good. I think several people were like, that's a really good metal color, Hal. And I'm like, I do like me a good metal color, so I did order that. Because I had to get a couple. I've been doing a lot of just like Amazon ordering lately. Like not for anything like super big, but like I've had like little like sundry little things I needed to get. Like just like, oh yeah, I need to get like detergent and some other things. Like stuff that like I could get at the store, but like it's effectively the same price on Amazon, and I kind of want to order some other shit anyways. It's like, okay, I'll just get like not groceries, but you know, when it comes to like cleaning supplies and whatnot. Which means that now I suddenly have a bunch of cardboard in my house, which is like, yeah, I should look back into making terrain again. Which I have. I'd have to go to a different room because that's where I have my like work in progress terrain is in my bedroom. Because dear Lord, I just don't have a gigantic flat table or surface basically anywhere in my house anymore. So I have to go to my bedroom floor and put like a cutting mat on there so I can work on terrain. Which part of me is like, I feel like that just means I really need to like reorganize my house. Like shit's gotten bad. Like if you can't just like set down a project on a table, but it's like my kitchen is overcome with craft supplies. I have no less than 4 fold-out tables, but all of them are used for something. It's like airbrush, photo place, makeshift workstation. Like a couple more. For a later useful box. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah. That's kind of thing though. It's like cardboard. It's like, oh, I have a lot of trash now, but also I can recycle a lot. Up the treasure department. Hey, we all make mistakes. I don't know. I think it's just because it was like, I think it's just like theater kids. I say this as somebody who used to hang out with a lot of theater kids and was like a quasi. I was like the guy who was hanging with theater kids, but I was just kind of too much of a dork to truly become one. Which the idea of like too much of a dork to be a theater kid sounds bizarre, but like it was true. But I kind of had the same thing with Rocky Horror. I had Rocky Horror set up for years as like, this is a fucking one of the goats of all time. It's going to blow your dick cling off. And I remember, I think I actually watched it in the Discord and I was like, this is a movie? They are dorks with flair. Yeah. I mean, true. But I do feel like there's like certain dorky things that if like a theater kid will have dork interests that are similar and in many cases might overlap with like tabletop nerd like I was, but it's not quite a one-to-one. I think all of it like is because I didn't watch like Rocky Horror maybe back when it was more theater kid territory days. Like maybe that would have been the perfect time to watch it. I don't know. I think it happens to me a lot though when somebody hypes up like this shit's gonna fucking rock and I'm like, oh, okay. We'll see how that is, and usually it's kind of like it's fine, it's okay. This guy's got like a tiny sliver of face that I'm trying not just to like totally cover in metal stuff. We'll see how that goes. Oh god, this is oh Whiplash, how you doing? The oh god was for me painting. That was not for you. You did scare me a little bit. That's fine. Hello everybody. Welcome. Hello Whiplash. Hello Rattling Gun. Welcome. Paper Raid. Are you getting that paper? Oh no, you are paper. Hello everybody, welcome. If you do not know me, I am Habernot the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle landscape variety. Did we get some paint splotches around? I'm getting the interior of this lad. This is a Tully Cavalier from the Song of Ice and Fire Wargame. It's a universe that I'm like totally whatever on, but the wargame is really fun. And also, hello Troll GM, welcome. So, okay, I kind of did. So Steve, I watched it in the Discord, and usually that's like a bunch of goofy nerds riffing on movies. But yeah, I guess that's true. I didn't do the thing where they like get like water guns and squirt the movie, and like nerds will just like jump out and do little. The thing is, like, I don't know, that depending on the day, that kind of alternates between fun and I feel like I'd want to claw my eyes out. I don't know. I guess it depends on the level of whimsy and who I'm going with. I would need to like vet the kind of people that would take me to one of those. We're talking about I saw Rocky Horror a while ago, and I showed it for a movie night, and I was thoroughly whelmed. I was like, this is fine. This is an okay movie, but it was not like the masterpiece. Also, if you see like a gnat flying by, my house gets hit with bugs real bad during the summer, so haha. Oh boy, can't wait. Can't wait for the billion bugs to appear and make my life hell. I hate it. No, as far as I was aware, nobody in the Discord threw toast. That is true. There was a distinct lack of bread being kind of buried anywhere, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, no, I live in an area with like real bad bugs, and it's one of those things that like I feel bad because you're typically kind of told growing up that if there's bugs in your house, you fucked up and you did something wrong and you're a dirty, messy slob. So my brain is like, oh. But it's like, by the same token, I'm renting a house. It's an old house. It doesn't even keep heat in during the winter very well. It's easy for shit to slip in and out. Tim Curry did do a great job. I will never say that I dislike a performance by Tim Curry. I'm generally pro Tim Curry. He did great in Rocky Horror. But I think yeah, otherwise the movie did not like warp my brain, positive or negative. Yeah, if anyone has any like questions about any of the mini painting stuff I'm doing, or like what, like war game stuff, I guess. God, this game was really fun. I need to, once again, I need to join another Discord because, goddamn, it's just, like, I thought it was bad enough to join the local store Discord to get games, but now all the games have sub-Discords that are more regional, I guess, so it's like, oh, God, okay. I would like to play more, though. This is a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a crap. Then again, also, too, I guess for a lot of people, Rocky Horror is the worst movie they've ever seen. In a fun way, but like my bar is so much different. Like I watched the entire like minus the newest movie from Neil Breen. So like the floor, I guess that's something that's funny because like there was a while where like I remember for a while there's a movie called Plan 9 from Outer Space, and I watched that during my really first big like watch the bad movie classics, and it's kind of fun. It's a rain. My cat chasing him around. Oh, that's cute though. The very least cats are doing stuff. I should get a cat just specifically to catch bugs. I mean, yeah. I mean, Whiplash. The thing is, I don't think you need minis to like do anything to have fun painting minis. I can understand there is a certain motivation of like, I'm going to be going to the shop and I would like to get this army painted up beforehand. But like, if you just like, I would like to paint minis, but I don't know when I would play the game or anything. I wouldn't worry about it too much, you know? Oh, Benjamin, welcome. No, hey, now, hey. Black Dynamite's a good movie. Black Dynamite is a good movie that's taking a lot of just like kind of like cheesy cues from like older blaxploitation movies. I would not say Black Dynamite is a bad movie. It is a genuinely good movie. It's a movie made by people who understand how comedy works. I would not call it a bad movie. It riffs on the ideas of bad movies. I will give you that. No. It is a good movie. Never watched a TV show though. I've heard also was legit. Yeah, I have not watched Pootie Tang. I will say that one's probably not so good. I'm vaguely aware of what Pootie Tang's about. Google the premise of Pootie Tang though. It's been a hot fucking minute. Oh boy. Oh, let's fucking go. Jesus Christ. I mean, some of the vibe reminds me of Don't Be a Menace to South Central, but I feel Don't Be a Menace to South Central is also a good movie. I cannot imagine Pootie Tang's any good. I'm looking at that and I'm like, there's no one. There's no. I'm not gonna say that they were like. There's no way that they thought they were making a good movie. But like, I don't know. I am curious now, though. I am curious. I'm trying to remember if I even saw it at one point. Because the name rings a bell. Like, this feels like, what's it called? Like, there's a classification of movies that were like, hey, Comedy Central has like a free afternoon from like back in like the 2000s, where it's like, yeah, Comedy Central's on, just watch a Comedy Central movie. And it was like that, maybe like Bubble Boy. Bubble Boy's a movie that like I distinctly remember enjoying a lot growing up. Like middle school, Hal really liked Bubble Boy. Oh god, I cannot imagine. Like, it's like when it comes to movies I distinctly remember enjoying, like unironically, that I do not imagine held up very well. It's Bubble Boy. And like, I don't even imagine like, oh, it's going to be offensive. Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be offensive. What I mean held up as in like, my sense of humor was not developed, and I was just like, yeah. I feel like, yeah, most of the National Lampoon ones. Like, I know there's like the National Lampoon classics that I think like, that people still fondly regard. It's probably more kind of also like American Pie. American Pie was just an excuse to like, that was a movie that was made for like, you're a dumb teenage boy. you do not have access. Like, it's a type of movie that I'm not surprised is extinct because its purpose is no longer needed. Like American Pie was a movie that you needed to see tits, and it was not like really easy for you to gain access to pornography. So they would just release all these like softcore porn comedies where it's like they're goofing and making fart and boner jokes, but then you just get to see a boob for like maybe 10 seconds, and you're like, oh shit. Like that kind of movie, you don't need that movie anymore, which is fun. Like it's like that type of movie is obsoleted in a real practical sense, you know? Yeah. Your whole life changed. I distinctly remember a point where like I think it's like Vanilla Sky. There was like a Tom Cruise movie that had like 0.3 microseconds of tit, and I was like, oh shit, fuck. Like, I cannot imagine what it's like to be a Zoomer born and, like, basically by the time you were, like, 9, have full access to, like, instant hyperspeed internet. Like, you got full, like, fiber internet or, like, cell phone internet before even leaving elementary school. Like, that shit must be fucking wild. And I'm not even gonna say, like, I was on the internet when I was in middle school getting the shit I should not have, but still. So, how you dogs? Welcome. Permanent Collective. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of those. There was, like, legitimately a bunch. Eurotrip was another one. Eurotrip was one. I remember that one was funny because I recorded Eurotrip off of HBO on a VHS tape. A combination of words that instantly turned my bones to dust. Well, equivalent ones. Yeah. See, Strumbizzler knows. There we go. Those are... I have seen... I feel like I've seen all those, but I recall the least about Beer Fest. I feel like Beer Fest is the one that has the least mental real estate. I think I remember Grandma's Boy trying to be somewhat of like... I think that was more stoner comedy, but I think it still probably was close enough, you know? So, something like that. But no, out of all those movies, Eurotrip was mine. Eurotrip was the one that was like, oh, wow, isn't this shit wild? But yeah, no, to the point where, like, I recorded it on VHS because my family... I think at some point we just... Oh, no, I remember. I know why we had so many VHS. So, I mentioned it several times that I grew up in the very, like, lower middle class bracket. And my family had a lot of blank VHS tapes for recording movies off of, like, HBO. And, like, it's like another equivalent, like Cinemax, I think? Similar idea to HBO, just different selection of movies. So, like, we had real movies, quote-unquote real movies, you know? But we also had a pretty big collection of, like, recorded onto VHS tapes from those movie stations. And a lot of times there would just be extra tapes, or like no one would really no one's keeping inventory of those. So if little like teenage Hal was like, I'm just gonna sequester one of these blank tapes away, and then I'll put whatever I want on it. I think we did. I think when it comes to the VHS tape we watched until we destroyed it, it was actually my sister's favorite movie. It was the Rugrats in Paris movie. For some reason, that was just a movie that, like, she really liked. And because younger sister meant that she could kind of command TV access, we ended up watching a lot of Rugrats in Paris. And that movie got fucked up. So Heavy Metal for some of the day. Yo, let's go. Yeah, it was certainly an era. The era, I don't know. Sometimes I feel nostalgic for it, where it's just like, oh, movies just manifest and you catch them, and sometimes they'll change your life in ways you'll never expect. But like, functionally, that's not that different from an algorithm. Like, just like having an external source dictate a series of videos or movies or media that, like, maybe that will influence you in long term. You don't know that, you know? Oh, Pokemon 2000 was also a good one. Yeah, that was the one with Lugia, right? I don't know if I ever had that one on VHS, but I definitely saw that in theaters. I definitely saw the first 2 Pokemon movies in theaters. Oh, look, Ogasa, how you doing? We're doing, like, real VHS remembrance hours. I don't know why. I'm cool for it. I'm here for it. That was not the way I was expecting. How you doing? Also, I'm also painting haunts while we do this. But yeah, it's kind of neat. So like a similar instance of that, like the haircuts for men that we're listening to now, unless you're on YouTube. In that case, you're listening to my royalty-free Lethargic Witch by, I need to get their name again. I think I need to actually upgrade my status, my YouTube credits, so I can put those in there. I have written down my notes. Do my notes got that in there? Hold on. Vtuber, Kanban board, where are you? Yeah, I need to do that. I also, apparently I've not looked at my notes for a while. I have Necronica Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, which I remember why I have that, and that's definitely a thing at some point. What trainer workout? Oh yeah. If you, I can actually go grab some if you guys don't mind me like leaving my body for like 0.3 seconds. There's not a huge amount to show, but I could show that. I'm doing real basic like cardboard / foam board ruins. Like I said, nothing wild at all. Like very, very basic ruins. But yeah, I currently got some like templates cut out, and I'm like slowly slicing those off. Get like a little bit more paint there. Yeah. I don't. The thing is, like, I think it'd be just nice for me personally to have a terrain collection. I also think it'd be nice for photography. Like if I'm just taking a picture of a bunch of minis right now, I basically do all of them in front of the same skull terrain thing that I printed. I was like, that would be cool just to have like some like, you know, some generic ruiny kind of things, you know. So I think I'm just gonna get like a very, very rough little metally bit. Yeah. Give me a second. I'll go grab those. Tomate. Oh yeah, I need to turn off my head pat because that's broken. Hold on. No more head pat. My head will be unpatted. Sleeping, apparently. I'm back, yippee! Yay! Up. Ah. Yeah, for back. Yeah, exactly. A bunch of backdrops would be neat. Yippee! I don't have a bald toggle. I know a lot of YouTubers do. I think I gotta get one of these days. But yeah, all right. So let me go to large size preview. There we go. So, check it out. So yeah, this is just foam core 0.5 millimeter. You know, pretty basic stuff. And I cut this out, and I'm gonna take a knife and I'm gonna slice these out, and then there's like some little extra bits that you glue like under the windows to get some depth. I have 2 of these. I'm gonna glue them together, and then you're supposed to just like, you know, just like rough up a couple of sides so you can kind of make your like L-shaped ruins. Oh, another fun thing I did too is I got that micron pen I was talking about. So check it out. This is a 0.15 millimeter micron pen. So I was able to do the writing on the communicant as I wanted to do. Did someone rub off? No, I think we're good. I need to do a gloss varnish on her so this does not go away when I start like doing oils and stuff. So the funny thing is on this, the writing, it's not one continuous stream of writing, but I did take the Navy SEALs copy pasta, translate to Latin, and then write it all over her body as Holy Scripture. Because I'm a little, whenever I get the option to do it, I will. I absolutely do that all the time. It's so fun. It's so fun to do that. Need ruins, just use cardboard. But the thing is though, one Nintendo player, you're basically already there. The what you can do to like really jazz that up, like you already got the framework. 90% of terrain is just taking things that look like the shapes you want and gluing them together. You're already at that stage. What you gotta do, just take like paint, glue, sand, and if you have access to filler, like kind of like wall gap filler, stuff like that, just mix that together and then spray, and then not spray that, and then just kind of rub that. Just roughly paint that all over your cardboard terrain. And that's it. And you're there. You're there. I got a video I can show you the process on that. Show you. I'm using the miscast one. I'm using the miscast tutorial for that. Even though he's not doing anything special. I like that he does it in 4 minutes. I think it's a very nice, concise way on how to do it. There we go. I'll post that here. Hello, Dr. D Snuts. How you doing? How you doing? B-movie script. Hey, no, I'm not. Listen, I'm a boomer kind of memer. The fucking B-movie script is too new for my blood. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, technically, the instructions show like to go ahead and like cut. Like, they have like a couple little bars. I think it would be easier if I just measured the strips myself and then just kind of applied them as appropriate. I totally feel like that would save me some headaches in the long run. Yeah, I'll probably take your advice on that. That does sound much better than like falling to tutorial. But yeah, basically what he does in that video is a TLDR is he's got these little templates you can download. You can just use like a glue stick to glue them onto cardboard. Or if you want to freestyle it, go for it. Remove, like what's it called? Go ahead and like glue it to cardboard, cut the cardboard out, assemble the ruins, then get that like kind of like the mixture I was talking about. And then after you got the mixture, you can go ahead and add on some bits. Then he's just talking about doing like a really shitty wash, stuff like that. You can actually oil wash terrain too. Oil washing terrain is actually pretty economical in terms of the wash materials. What you got to watch out with oil wash terrain is just like, you got to seal it, but like sealing terrain isn't a bad idea anyway, just because that stuff gets knocked around a lot. And like a lot of times you're using kind of flimsy materials. Like you're using like cardboard the other day. Yeah, let's get them there a bit. Is everything I need? Yay, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that's helping out. Yeah, like the funny, like you were just like, yeah, I'm just using cardboard stuff. That's the funny thing. So much terrain is just recycled materials. Because like I said, there's like a lot of videos out there that's like, how do I do terrain? And I'm gonna let you know the secret. Like the primordial bit behind all of it is very consistent. Is you use a material to get the shape you want. If it's like a ditch or like some like rocks, you use like you use like pink insulation foam. If it's like anything else, you use like recycled materials, or if you need like a building base, you use cardboard. And you build the shape you want, and then you just apply a selection of dry brushes and like a sealant thick paint that usually has PVA glue in it, and then you do a bunch of dry brushing, and boom, you're there. That is the magic of 99% terrain tutorials. True, yeah. If you go like modern blocky, it's even easier. Yeah. So we got them. I think the next up I want to do is go back and touch up the turquoise because I found a much better turquoise paint. But first, I want to glue. I think these are dry enough. Yep. But I want to get the minis onto there. But I also want to make sure that like, so the way these, so this is the this is how these bases are held together. You go like one that's like dead on. They fit into their bases roughly like this. There's a very specific order that this works. So mine are not going to be flush because I have the magnet. And then I need to make sure I paint the rim. I'm not going to be able to paint it black like I usually do. I got to paint it the same color as the dirt. I'll move this. There we go. It really is. It's just taking a bunch of materials that like have neat shapes. And especially because like once you paint things the same color, that's when you begin to unify the look. Because prior to that, you're going to be like, this is like a fucking coffee cup, and this is a straw, and these are just stirring sticks. A lot of miniature projects use stirring sticks, like stirring sticks or coffee sticks. Oh yeah, this is we are just listening to various haircuts for men albums. I'll go ahead and link it anyway. Especially so I can share with the YouTube people, because I cannot play copyrighted music on the YouTube stream. but I would like you to be able to hear what I'm listening to if you'd like to listen along later. There we go. Yeah, it really is. Make vague shape, add detail, and then boom. That's terrain. That's why arguably, like, terrain is, I find, to be a lot easier and less stressful than mini painting. I love mini painting, don't get me wrong, but like there's times where it's like, oh god, minis, why? But with terrain, a lot of times it's like I glued a bunch of goofy stuff together, and now I hit it with the magic unifying color, and I do some dry brushing, and wow! It's like a whole-on thing now. Yeah, exactly. You know, most things you gotta fuck around and find out. But yeah, no, terrain is really, really fun for that. As for just like the... It's just really fun to like take it chill. Like, if you would like to be productive, you're like, I would like to paint something, but I cannot stand to look at a model. I would strongly recommend keeping at least one terrain project in the docket. Especially because the nice benefit to that too is like, terrain never goes to waste. Like, armies you'll fall out of love with. Or like rules will be bad, or your units will get obsolete, or they'll get squatted, or like a war game just doesn't tickle your fancy anymore. If you can like build some terrain, that shit will last you. And if you make better terrain, you could just donate your old terrain to like a local store. And then they'll be super happy because they'll be like, yippee, terrain for all of us here. Thank you, kind stranger. It's a pretty win-win. And even if you make the shittiest, like L-shaped box terrain, I assure you that there are stores that have been running successful games with way worse. Especially like if you ever look up like Warhammer tournaments, I don't get upset. Some people get really upset about the idea of playing Warhammer at a competitive level. I'm fine with that. People play every game competitive. It does not matter. But there are some shops that do, because they need to get a like 60-man tournament fully terrained, and Warhammer's line of sight rules mean you need really, really specific terrain. A lot of times they'll have these like effectively really lazy, just like cardboard box cutouts. With no styling, no like just raw cardboard buildings. They're kind of rough. Oh yeah, I don't think anything is necessarily wrong with the L-shapedness of it. I do like when it does have like, you know, it looks a good looking table does enhance the experience. I won't go apeshit if a table just has like pre-stock terrain, but like, you know, you could do a lot with L shapes and like little get you some spicy little ruins. I do wish though. I don't know. I personally am not the hugest fan of the Warhammer 40k line of sight rules. Oh, getting into ad territory. Let me it's like last little bit. We'll do some gluing. Go. And I just punched my mic. Welcome everybody. The ads ended as I'm physically just socking my mic, just like fucking uppercutting it. Oh yeah, you can totally do that though. I think cutting out some little windows definitely enhances the experience. Oh yes, that's like the little pop-up, like kind of like pop-up books but for terrain. I don't have a strong opinion of it just because I've never seen it in action, and I just don't think I will unless I was to buy some. And I don't have a strong need to buy some. I'm sure if it looks good to you, like people have made like thick plastic card or like thick card stock terrain for a while. So the idea of just using the strengths of that medium isn't even that weird. Here's the Trench Crusade, boys, that I painted on Wednesday. That's true. Storage is also a big thing. If you don't have storage, I could totally see that pop-up terrain being like an honest-to-God real lifesaver. Also, I noticed real quick that when I was painting this guy, that he has actually like painted toe, like actually articulated toes. I want to just do like a real quick like. There we go. Just want to get a little bit of color on the nails. Yeah, I think the base has turned out pretty good. I also got one more base for the communicant. This one, I need to do a little bit more work before I do like the dry brushing, but this is how, like, this one's going to sit like this. Which I think is going to look neat. I like the little makeshift cross I put in the background. I'm very happy about how this is going. Cannot work on it on stream though, because I got to do some other stuff with that. So, hello there, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And hello, Ayosh, how you doing as well? Welcome, welcome. You made a mistake that producers make. Oh no, producers make some wild mistakes. What mistake have you been up to, nerd? Let me glue on the fucking little toes. This is gonna have not a whole lot of contact points with the base, so I'm a little worried, kind of like moving shit around, but that'll be fine. Alright, we're gonna set you aside, and then this one has a very, very tight fit. It's like basically can only fit like one incredibly narrow direction. Technically I'm painting horses. Right now I'm working on some bases in between painting the horses because I thought that would be fun. Oh, Noise Marine. Enjoyed my performance like that? Oh, were you able to see the DVZ stuff? Fuck yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Mike was like, you could definitely try to ruin and fuck up my session. And I was like, okay, as I proceed. So Mutants and Masterminds is a very silly game when it comes to like, I need to show you guys all did I close this? There's a very special table in Mutants and Masterminds because Mutants and Masterminds uses a power level system. So like, instead of saying like, as you get more stats, like you would get like your level times something in distance for a power. What it will do is has a power level, which has like a weird exponential scale. And because this is a superheroes game, they want you to be able to do Superman shit if you feel so inclined, you know? So the Anime North, if you were able to catch it, that's legit. I will be posting the D20 live people will be providing a VOD, and I will make sure everybody's paying for when that's ready to go. He really is. Very, very nice lad. So this is the table for scaling power levels. Now, I had a strength of 16, which, see, lift like 1,600 tons, and that distance metric is very important. So when you throw someone in Mutants and Masterminds, you take their weight, which you convert to a rank. In this case, your average person's about rank 2, and you subtract it. You subtract it from your score. So I was strength 15. So that effectively gives me a 13. So 30 miles distance. So I was like, oh, I'm going to throw one of his bosses 30 miles into the goddamn, like, not necessarily into the sun, but just out of it. Oh god, his rolls were so bad. The poor bastard barely rolled above a 5. It was legitimately, like, it was fun, don't get me wrong, but, like, I was like, oh god, as a GM, I feel for you. The sinful feat. Exactly. Also, real quick, I'm also going to get the black rim on the bases as well, so that they will be complete. I will post these on the usual sites tomorrow, probably when I take a nice picture. Is 5 a legit crate? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's such a bummer. Great for us, bad for him. I know some people like painting the rims to match the base. I'm a firm believer in the black rim base unless you're doing like the classic goblin green. Or at least as far as like minis that are meant for tabletop go. If you're doing this like a display piece, I'm cool for whatever. Or like technically people do whatever, that's fine. Personally, I just prefer the black rim. We'll definitely need 2 coats. Excellent. Jesus Christ, how? Like, that's statistically so unlikely, but, like, it do be like that. But yeah, don't worry, everybody. Everybody who missed it, because, like, I think also I did a bad job of saying it was going to be a thing, but I think outside of Kogasa, I don't know how many of my viewers are Canadians. I probably should have been more. I mentioned it during, like, bits of the stream. I don't think I did, like, a formal howdy other than just reblog and stuff. That was probably my bad. Yeah, exactly. It felt very like that. The thing is, like, Mutants and Masterminds, it's a very fun system. I used to run it for a space fantasy game, and you can get up to some incredibly goofy shit in there. Like, I had a player character who's basically the build that I ran was based off of this guy, without a lot of his bells and whistles, just like the big strength thing, whatever. But by the end of that campaign, he was 120 feet tall and capable of spaceflight. Like, the other PCs would crawl inside of him to do galactic mech battles in Mutants and Masterminds. And that was like, I love that shit so much. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was fun being in a con panel. I've never done that before. Also, if you saw me make that face at all during that stream, it's because I was drinking water. No, this is improbable. Gadzooks, this is very unlikely. All right, let's work on the. Yeah, see, are the bases dry for you? Good enough. Let's work on the turquoise. The turquoise. Since I started painting these, I got a better turquoise color, which is the Vallejo Abyssal Turquoise, which I like Incubi Darkness, but fuck Games Workshop pots. I like dropper bottles. But yeah, what's some other stuff I had for other player characters? I had a character that could grapple somebody with noodle arms and blast them with spores. I had somebody who could become a ghost temporarily and like move through walls and then stab you. We had another player that created, they effectively had elemental Final Fantasy summons that they would summon. Like, it's a legitimately very, very wild system. I'm a big fan of it. And no, it's all good. It's all good. Running your own sessions. I'm glad you nerds like the stuff I'm in. However, you got like definitely I totally understand prioritizing, Jesus Christ, prioritizing your own stuff. Also, speaking about games I might be running, so this is still very much in the works. There might be even more Lancer. So strap the fuck in if you nerds wanted more Lancer content. That might be coming. I gotta reach out to some people. But I'm big excited. And then a Changeling game will be next week, I believe. Not this week, but like the next week, like in June. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. And then the other Lancer that I'm currently planning and I have players for is getting scheduled. I think we have like 1 or 2 players that need to sign in on the rally poll, and then that will be put up. Hello, Crichton. Welcome. How you doing? I'm back to actually painting horse. Horse is real and not a delusion I made. Surprisingly. Yeah. But yeah. I'm excited for a lot of games I'm gonna be running. Especially Changeling. Changeling, I need to do a lot more research. I don't need to do research of the game Changeling. It's just that every time I run World of Darkness, it becomes a historical game, like a fucking period piece. And like like when I did the Prohibition Mafia one, it wasn't like super realistic. I think for the most part, I was just like, yeah, forget about it, and then just like had like Tommy guns and like nobody could drink booze and stuff like that, you know. So towards the end, it was kind of fun because, like, I remember in VTubers and Vampires, I was getting to the point where I was looking up like real locations and stuff like that. Like what was the biggest library in Chicago of that time? Or like when was this building built? Who was around here doing stuff? And that was a very neat experience for sure. And this turquoise really needed like a second layer on basically everything. I thinned some of these like right to the point where it was basically watercolor. I'm also gonna, the horse is yellow. I'm going to eventually do gold. I'm eventually going to do like probably more of like a cream color. I think the yellow was just a bit too strong, and I was like looking at it later. I was like, oh no, that's not exactly what I want. Ah, gotcha. Nice. How you doing? Hey, don't forget about it. You got it, Moonman. How you doing? I mean, you're not wrong, but like this one, I think the premise is neat of what we're going for. So I want to make sure, like, I know I'm going to put up love anachronisms, and I'm not going to get like a lot of the history 100%. Especially because this is a time period where I know a lot about it, mostly through true crime. So that's going to be interesting. That's probably about as close as a hint to the time period until it actually gets closer to session. But it's like, okay. It's a cool era for stuff though. I've not seen anyone, not that games in that era don't exist, but I have not personally ran one myself. Though to be fair though, I was lemon horse. It's just like raisins. Nope. Anyway, but like I don't know, it's odd because like I'm typically more of like a fantasy sci-fi guy, so I don't typically run a lot of like campaigns in real Earth. Like this is Earth, you know, where people are at, and there's no like elves or goblins or like space elves or space goblins or spoblins. But during the morning with coffee and leaks of Votan theme, Stellaris run. Ooh, very nice. Honestly, yeah, quality internet reference. That's what you come to expect from twitch.tv/Albernock. But I was watching Mint play Stellaris, and I played Stellaris when it was like brand fucking new and had no DLC. And I remember having a lot of fun with it. But like looking at it now, I'm like, ooh, there's like a lot of cool shit that's changed. There's a lot of cool shit. Like I should maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days I'll do some Stellaris. Get that subscription service so I can get all the DLC without selling my firstborn. There we go. But yeah, that sounds like a fun run. I feel like also like if you play a game like Stellaris, instead of having to go for like a meta build, I feel like if you're like role playing as part of it, like you're like, I'm theming it around the things. I gotta act and like choose my government and my technology trees to kind of match a certain play style, which is very, very neat. Programs, if you had to look it up, your group probably. Oh yeah, oh true, yeah. The thing is, I don't think the players are going to. I absolutely do not believe that the players are going to give me any shit. They're nice people. I have played tabletop with all of them at least a little bit in the past. And so like I'm not super worried. It's more of like a pride as a GM thing, and also because I still want my campaign to be good. And like while I'm not one of those nerds that like it needs to be 100% historically accurate or I'm going to have a pedantic fit, I do want to give like the fact that I'm running this in a different era at least a little bit. Actually spat on that. I just painted it in. Nice. Go back into that cycle with a big chunk of updates yearly. I think it's really a good way to do it. Just be like, every now and then you're like, oh shit, there's just like a whole bunch of new game now. Fuck. I gotta get like, this is the downside. So these models are pre-built. Like you get them on the base and they're ready to go. I'm like, cool, excellent, love to see it. They're very good for getting an army up and going. Downside, these fucking angles. Have to get like I'm basically going to have to do the most trick shooting painting I've ever done to get some of these. Though I think that's like, I can't even say for this one though. It's like, oh, they'll never notice it. It's like, no, that's a pretty noticeable flap. I'm using a paintbrush. I just need to stick it near my palette. I keep doing this where it's like, I'll take a paint, I'll have it on like the right side, I'll use it, move it to the left side, and then I go back for round 2 and I'm like, I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at no more. Object permanence is not a very strong thing here in my workshop. Not that if I lose it, it's gone forever. It's just that if I move it, I do not recall where I moved it, because remembering things is hard, and for people who have like good short and long-term memory. I wish I could have like good of either. Either would be fine. Give me good short-term memory, I'll take it. Oh man, how you doing? Do I have that for sexual themes? It's mostly like I want to be able to say fuck and like maybe talk about Eurotrip without like a child wandering in and be like, entertain me, man. Or you're just like, hey, can you add me on Fortnite? I need help with the new battle pass. Please, can you help me? My name's Trevor. I'm 7. Please help me on Fortnite battle pass. I don't want that. That's usually how it is. I'm not gonna do that. You got games on your phone? Do you got Clash of Clans? Mom said I can't play Clash of Clans on my phone. Because last time I bought clan bucks? I don't know. Clan coins. Clash of Currencies. I bought those and now I'm in trouble. Like, you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that is something that I do see every now and then. There are people that like they cannot turn off the actually valve. I mean, that's not in Trench Crusade because it's like an alt history setting that are like, unfortunately, when you have alt history stuff with like religious iconography from like very specific historical time periods, you do get a lot of like actuallys, like amateur like theologians, which is really fun and annoying. Like, actually the cross that's on that shield is not the right kind of cross for the era. And it's like, this is a game where the Templars opened up a portal to hell in 1099. Things have diverged wildly, my dude. I understand if you're a little upset, but I don't know what part of this you thought was going to be like the most theologically accurate war game. I don't understand. Out the angel shit. I feel like the biblically accurate angel thing has been memed long enough that I don't even imagine. I have to imagine the actual true actually would be like talking about like the book of like, not book of Ezekiel, the book of Enoch being like Apocrypha, and then you would just go about like, I don't know, other depictions of angels and whatnot. Actually the biblically accurate angels weren't biblically accurate at all. Stuff like that. I don't know. And I'm not like, I don't know. I think it's neat when people have passions for history, and I think it's cool when somebody shares that passion for history. Like I saw a cool thing the other day. It was somebody who was really interested in the religious practices of the Zoroastrians, right? Specifically in India. Because what happened is, how you doing this, Mayor? Nice, there we go. I got 2 good snaps out of that. Hell yeah. How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, this person wrote a really neat article where they're talking about how like Zoroastrians are really big on sky burials. Like specifically, if you don't know the sky burial, it's like your dead body is left outside, and then birds, specifically vultures, will just eat it, and that kind of is just like, it's not like necessarily like that's the only way your spirit goes to heaven. It's more like a body is a foul, disgusting thing, and that's probably the best way for the earth to deal with your disgusting dead body. But specifically because so many vultures in India are dying, and their religion is also like not recruiting at a good rate because they don't convert the local populace because of like some old historical treaties, that it's effectively getting wiped off the face of the earth, you know? Oh, Samdan, how you doing? I don't get VTuber. Like, you don't get, You don't get like why I'm a VTuber, or you just don't get the concept of VTubers in general? The TLDR for that is just fun things are fun, more or less. And how's Helix? And hello, Churl. Welcome. Want that if I'm too full of heavy metal to be safe? Well, that's the thing, actually. That's the thing that's going on in that article. So what happened was, a lot of Indian farmers were using a drug that was called, it was like diafluoxetine or something like that. I cannot remember the exact name. It's effectively like aspirin for cattle. Cattle would have like hoof pains, you give it this, it's like, yippee. But then because they also don't eat a lot of cattle over there, they would let the vultures eat it, and the vultures would eat it, and they would have that drug in their system. And the cows can handle the drug fine, but for the vultures, it would effectively cause them to build with uric acid crystals. They would die of piss crystals forming in their body and have organ failure. And that's because it got left in the bodies. And sometimes people would take that drug themselves because it was like aspirin equivalent, even after it got banned. And then straight up, it's so legitimately that it wasn't the heavy metals, it was the drugs, but a similar idea, yeah. Too full of aspirin for the vultures to eat you. The sourest of crystals, yes. Most limited, yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, a lot of it is the book of Ezekiel, yeah, or Enoch and stuff too, stuff like that. A kidney stone fuck up a cloaca. I think it's just all their organs. They effectively get like piss crystals on their organs. It's real bad. It's real bad. Yeah, it's kind of like VR chat for streaming. It's just having fun. It's just doing a fun thing. It's fun, and for me, arguably, it is a very fun gimmick. To be like, it's like if I was just somebody who painted minis, I would just be some dude who paints minis. But I'm a funny green elf that paints minis. Oh, science. Yeah. Oh no, it's not even kidney stones. It grows on the organs. Like, imagine if like your lungs began crystallizing with piss on the outside, and it's like, oh god, that sounds like a painful way to die. I think it's very. They said it was very fast acting, like that kind of stuff. It's like, wow, you know, I would not have known about that if that guy wasn't like a huge, like nerd of like a bunch of like different interdisciplinary of like burial habits and like India's like cattle raising and like drug knowledge, and it was like a very neat intersection. And apparently vultures are just hard to raise in the wild, where like conservation teams were trying their best and they were getting like maybe 20 vultures released into the wild at a time, which is incredibly low. Like, you can't fix a population like that. Oh my god, that's fucking brutal and sad. Super duper rough. Did you stack 2D characters? Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of people still do that. That's not a terribly uncommon practice these days. Oh, there's a little bit more cloth to the... Yeah. Yeah, no, it sounds like a horrible way to go. It really does. It really do. Well, some of them are PNG tubers, and then some of them, like, people have been streaming with avatars before the idea of, like... I think somebody sat down to, like, Mandalore, like, the gaming night dude. Was like, you know, you count as a VTuber, right? And he's like, oh god, no. It's like, he does. Now, does he want to associate with VTuber things and work on VTuber things? Nah, but, like, he objectively is a VTuber. He really is. Arguably even more so because he's doing like the OG VTuber stuff, which is pre-recorded content with like little animated bits and whatnot. It's very funny how that works out. Fucking work. Some of these I wonder if I'm just gonna go back later, like when I'm just like getting like deep into the cracks. I do not associate. I mean, I don't blame him necessarily. I like being a VTuber. I like hanging with VTubers and being part of the VTuber community. But also, VTuber community's in a weird spot where it's like, there's so many VTubers. There's no singular consensus, but there is also like common cultural touchstone points. It would be like saying I'm part of the music community. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Saying like a black metal person and Taylor Swift are part of the same community is like, technically in the broadest sense, but there's a lot of very specific subsections that do not interact and do not like each other. Mandalore is a guy that reviews typically older games on YouTube. Well, lots of classic PC games and stuff like that. Weatherman, I don't know about the Weatherman. Also, hello, Satsugai. Welcome. Oh yeah, But I've been watching him and like Seth and similar people for a while. They were my go-to like stuff to listen to while I paint. It still hasn't changed that much, honestly. Or in the wiki, yeah, the fandom, yes. There we go. We gotta get those air quotes. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean the Weatherman got you into VTubers? I don't know what you're referring to by that, but I'm intrigued. There's kind of a VTuber community. There is like a very general big one, but like I said, it's big enough to be functionally useless as a community. But there are like it's like there's stuff where it's like as a VTuber that I'm streaming on Twitch and on YouTube, I label myself VTuber. That puts me in like the greater VTuber ecosystem, and I get a lot of the perks and like as the public perception of VTubers change, that affects the way people view me and stuff like that. Kind of like real implicit stuff, but I'm not gonna join like the VTuber Discord, which has every VTuber in it. You know, seems like you're painting your mouse. I absolutely am. Listen, I gotta test the paint somehow. Peño is nature's palette. It makes sense, you know. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. You get a lot more subgroups. You get like, I think it's even more like, you got groups for all the individual big corporate stuff. Niji Sanji, Hololive, V Shoujo. Even then you got like mid-tier corpos like Phase Connect, V Mirai, V Dede, stuff like that. So, or sometimes even like friend groups. And then even indies are split up into groups as well. The thing is, I think people just like groups for VTubers. That's just a thing that people really, really like. People love an ecosystem. Like they really, really like the idea of like certain groups of people interacting and like consistent memes and kind of carry over audiences. People eat that shit up unironically. Like even if you're not in a formal group, if you hang out with somebody enough, you form an informal one, and then people kind of follow those. Like kind of like, I think this is more official, but like Pop and Start is like a group of retro VTubers that are friends that also like, they're not like super hardcore into like, yeah, we're going to conventions as Pop and Start, but they're like a friend group. Oh, okay. Little Biscuit Brick Gaming. Oh, okay. I was aware of Total Biscuit, but like he was before. I had a very limited selection of people I would watch on YouTube, and that really has not changed a whole lot. That is not significantly changed too much in many years. That might be it. Yeah, girl's friend FC is another one. There's a bunch. There's a bunch. But I do think there is a very strong benefit to having one. Alas, I'm too much of a loner. Too cool for you. Nah, I think even I run in very broad groups that don't have like a formal name, but like, hey, you can recognize like people I raid into and like chat with and stuff like that and do collabs with, and you'll be like, oh, okay, there's people moving back and forth. Like I'll sometimes raid into someone like Jets, and some of my regulars will be there, and I'll be like, hey, how's here? What's up? Stuff like that, you know. Better few real friends. Oh yeah, no, that's totally accurate. I think it's that level of like friends. I have friends within the scene, and I have acquaintances, and both of them are fun to hang with. Especially as I rope all of these nerds into my tabletop dice nonsense. Just like, oh yes, person I know. Would you like to play Lancer? Oh, would you like to play Necronica? Also, I have to say, Necronica, to get like your average person to play it, is hell. VTubers are like the perfect group of potential Necronica players. It's really, you will not find a better group of people that would be down for Necronica, which is like an edgy Japanese tabletop RPG about anime zombie girls that get dismembered when they take damage. Like I said, if you show that to your D&D 5th edition group, they're gonna be like, oh, too anime, this isn't like Demon Slayer at all. But also like a lot of tabletop grognards are like, oh, this has got anime in it, don't like. Oh yeah, no, tribes are just part of the experience of life. That's just the thing that does happen. You're not wrong. I do that cloak wrong? That cloak should actually be it's fine. They're nice, just little guys. Oh hell yeah, let's go. Goblin Slayer. Oh god. I don't have a strong urge to watch Goblin Slayer. I'm aware that it is a show. It's one of the most shows of all time, but every time I hear about it, I'm like, I'm not particularly sold on the premise. Like it's and I've usually, whenever it gets brought up in conversation, it's been done in a really aggravating manner, so I've been soured to it 100%. Flavors androids. I mean, you could. Necronica is reasonably flexible like that. So you could do Necronica, but robots fine. As somebody who enjoys a lot of body horror and nonsense, I think that's a plus for me for Necronica. I like seeing kind of like edgy anime body horror gore art, stuff like that. Like I'm not big into Guro for like boner reasons, but I can be like, oh, those are some cool organs. I enjoy the way they render the organs on there. Nice. Neat. the first episode. Oh, does it just have like a real edgy? Because it eventually gets like a weird like reoccurring cast, and it becomes kind of more like a typical fantasy sort of deal, right? It's just the first episode's like super grim, I guess. Because I know they're really trying to sell you like, oh, you gotta show these goblins are serious business. I know what we'll do, and it's like, okay, yeah. Probably gonna need another layer to turquoise, but pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So real quick, while that's drying, just so I could actually, how about I get a little bit more? Yeah, I also do know there's a Goblin Slayer TRPG, but I think it's just another. So there's like a system in Japan called like it's like SRS or Fear, I forget which. It's effectively like a easy to build for universal, like I think it's kind of like Apocalypse World, where I don't know if there is like an explicit like this is just Fear. I know there is like the original Apocalypse World, but a lot of people aren't making like. They're making their own games with the rule set, and it's not expected that you need to have the original play it, as opposed to like some of the D20 stuff, which really strongly wanted you to have D&D 3.5 whenever you would play. If that makes any sense. I did buy the Konosuba one though, even though this is going to be surprising to a lot of people. I've yet to get around to watching Konosuba. But I did buy the TRPG though, because I was like, you know, I like it when a Japanese TRPG gets translated. And so I would like to purchase it to support it. Like, I still need to buy the Shin Megami Tensei TRPG. There is a Shin Megami Tensei... I mean, technically Shin Megami Tensei has gotten a tabletop RPG series for forever, but it's called, like, Lion Wing recently translated the... I don't know why they translated the Nocturne one, specifically. I guess it's because Nocturne has, like, a lot of good... Like, I played Nocturne, and I enjoyed it. I had a fun time with Nocturne. Though I never did the true demon ending. The one where you actually fight Lucifer with Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Hello, Spoon. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm applying some turquoise. 3.5. And I like 4th edition. 3.5 is odd in that it was, like... It was my first tabletop system. So I have some ostensibly rose-tinted glasses views of it. I know it's a broken piece of shit system, but there's a lot of cool things that it did that, like, I don't know if we're ever going to hit the era of, like, D20 revival. I kind of hope they don't, because I feel like that's just going to lead to some, like, real bullshit games. But it is, like, every now and then I do, like, look over my old books and see, like, Ghost Walk, or, Incarnum, Tome of Weeaboo Fighting Magic, Tome of regular, non-Weeaboo Fighting Magic. I'm like, there's some cool ideas in here. Or, like, Star Wars Saga Edition, which is a neat take on the 3.5 engine that they used on a Star Wars game. Which was odd, but okay. Wizards of the Coast did that for a while. They would release a system for D&D, and they would release a smarter variant of it, is probably the best way I could say it, for like a side game. Like, I like 4th edition. Don't get me wrong. I like 4th edition. I really like what they did for Gamma World 7th edition using the 4th edition core system. They streamlined a lot of things that were dumb and fiddly. The class system of taking like two classes and merging them together into a coherent whole that was playable was really, really neat. Hello, friend. Oh no, fuck! That's unfortunate that you lost your game, but thank you for stopping by. Hello and bye. Hopefully it was at least like a close loss or a fun loss. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Alright, then they... No. These fuckers trying to sell me that game too. A Star Wars Saga Edition or Gamma World? Gamma World is fun. I will evangelize the fuck out of Gamma World into the end of the earth. I love that so much. Check it out. Check out these two Chucklefox. I need to, like, hold them a little bit. Yeah, let's go. All right, they are ready for the rotator at some point soon. And then maybe I'll join the Trench Crusade Discord. Part of me was like, I'll join the Trench Crusade Discord when I have a fully painted mini that I could be like, hey, look what I did. Which is absolutely dumb. There's no reason for that, but okay. Fun, not close. Well, at least you had fun. So hello, anthropologist. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can explain. So Gamma World is it was a setting that TSR had for a long time. It was basically, like, TSR's a post-apocalyptic setting, and it was pretty, like, gritty and realistic or whatever. I don't know a lot exactly about the older editions, to be fair. But Wizard of the Coast around, like, near the end of 4th edition, I want to say. It was kind of later into the cycle. They're like, what if we made it goofier and wackier? Fuck off, bug. So they decided to update it to be kind of like a more slapstick game using 4th edition as the base. The idea of the 4th edition, I kind of love the premise of the 4th edition Gamma World. 7th edition, but it's the one that's based off of 4th edition D&D. The idea is that when somebody turned on the Large Hadron Collider, because there was like a very narrow period of time where people were like, oh, the Large Hadron Collider is going to end all life as we know it. It's like it was like one of those like dumb like misinformed things, but the press is like, scientists will activate doomsday device, doom us all. It's like, no, that's not true, but whatever. But it goes with the premise that when they turned that shit on, it merged every alternate reality into one. Like all the alternate Earths collapsed on top of each other. So you play in the wild post-apocalypse. It's a setting where humans are very rare, just because like it's very hard just to be like a guy. Like it's very hard just to be Dave. You will not find Dave, human fighter, sword and board, whatever. That does not exist. You can be a pureblood human if you roll really well, but it's very unlikely. Instead, what you do, you have like 20 different classes. And you roll randomly on that, and you have a primary one and a secondary one that determines your like stat spread and whatnot. And those will be like, I'm a doppelganger, as in I can summon alternate reality versions of myself to help me in fights. Or I'm an elemental person, or I'm a swarm of bugs. You know, stuff like that. Good ton of EXP to get there. Oh yeah, that's fair. I also very rarely... Like I've mostly been in groups that have done away with EXP points just because like they don't add a lot, if I'm going to be honest. They're kind of a metric of bookkeeping that I find does not necessarily matter a whole lot. Like, all right, you killed the goblin, everybody go ahead and go write down that you got 37 experience from that. You probably get favorite far less than a goblin. You kind of know what I mean. It's bookkeeping where it doesn't really add a lot to the game in my experience. We've always just done the thing that like every couple of sessions you level up, and that's fine. It also leads to less dumb player behavior where sometimes you're like, I want to kill them for extra EXP, even though you can just give them EXP for defeating the encounter, but some people are like, yeah, like milestone stuff like that. It's a very gamey metric. Exactly. I was like, hello, Larissa, gotcha. Welcome. How you doing? I'm painting some Tully Cavaliers from the Song of Ice and Fire Wargame. Oh yeah, they do. Oh, there's a bunch of classes in 4th edition, though. Which one was I was only able to play 4th edition as a player a couple of times. I did enjoy playing the Bard, though. That was very fun. That was very, very fun. Hello, Nicholas Gogol. Or Nicholas Gogel. Telling without being a slog. But fun as a slog. Oh, 100%, yeah. I'm very much of the school that, like, if it doesn't positively improve the game experience, cut it. Like, that's like a typical thing in, like, most disciplinary fields. So, some people will argue that removing EXP is, like, removing soul or whatever from the game, but, like, 9 times out of 10, it does not matter. And my groups never really do, like, rigid checkpoint systems. It's usually kind of like when it makes sense to do so. I wouldn't recommend doing it every session, though. I have done that before. Like, way early on, I did the mistake in Pathfinder 1E to do leveling up at the end of every session. Or, like, it was, like, every session or, like, every other session. Anyway, shit got out of hand. I mean, there was supposed to be a high-powered campaign that was kind of, like, reaching its conclusion. Shit still gets out of hand because Pathfinder is not balanced past level 6. 2E is more balanced, even if I have some gripes for it. 2E at least has less of, like, that level of fucking bullshit to it. But yeah, I'm always down for removing accounting nonsense. Like anything, like I said, anything that doesn't positively improve the experience, or like if you can remove it, like it's one of those things. Like there are games where like encumbrance is a bigger deal. Like you're carrying weight. I've always liked those more like abstract ones where instead of say like you have 15 pounds or whatever that you can carry, it's like a bulk requirement or stuff like that. I like abstract weight systems like that, but even then, unless the game is like built around that, I don't particularly care. Like it does not add that much to me. Like I know there's a game called The One Ring, which is kind of like a newer system based on kind of doing like Middle Earth role playing. And that like because a lot of like Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings kind of dealio, a lot of those kind of adventures involving a lot of traveling and like logistics. Like remember like specifically there was a point in the movie which I'm just going to reference where like Gollum chucks out all the food and you're like, oh shit, that's kind of a big deal. I don't think in the course of the movie it matters that much, but like that's a kind of game where it's like, yeah, trail rations are legitimately important, but like I've been invited to a couple of 5th edition D&D games that were not super like we're going to do what's it called? We're not going to do like a super hardcore dungeon run kind of dealio. And like honestly, keeping track of like rations and stuff like that doesn't matter really. Like it's never gotten to that point, and it doesn't do much. Even if it's a tower shield. I mean, 5th edition has a bunch of different options. I don't think that's I mean, the tower shield, I would maybe do something different, maybe, but like, okay, so like, here's what I like, one thing I think the Gamma World does really neat. Hey, there are heavy weapons and light weapons, and they're one-handed and two-handed. And those determine, like, how many hands you use and what stat you use. Armor, heavy armor, light armor, that's it. Do we need granular variants of a bunch of different types of medieval armor that realistically don't matter? Because you know, players are going to pick the one with the best stats and ignore the rest. There are whole armors that most people who have played any edition of D&D will never use because they're statistically inferior. So unless the GM gives you a magic version of that or something, or you have a class feature, they're not going to use it. They're not going to use that shit. Like, outside of class features, why would you use a short sword instead of a long sword? Like, 90% of the time. I think that's probably a bad example because, like, offhand stuff. Or, like, if you're using offhand weapons, why use a dagger instead of a short sword? Like, stuff like that. Stuff like that that, like, for similitude, maybe, but it really it's just it's wasted page space. Also, Benjamin, have yourself a good night and take it easy. Whole party money management versus individual. Honestly, most groups I've been in basically have, like, I know, like, D&D used to have, like, dedicated, like, you're the mapper and you're the shot caller. And I've seen those positions kind of fade away, but, like, every group I've ever joined has a dedicated, this guy manages all the treasure. And that might as well be it. Like that's might as well be shared party loot. But even then, most of the time, you kind of notice it's not... A lot of times people aren't jazzed to be the treasure. They're not like, oh, goody goody gumdrops, I get to count coins. I love this. I love counting coins. It's like, oh god, somebody has to manage this. All right, how many pieces of art did we get? And what's the value of the art? Okay. Like, stuff like that. I don't know. I know some systems have moved, like, wealth to, like, a skill check, and I'm okay with that for the most part. I think that level of extraction's fine, personally. Though, if you are playing a game with, like, a stronger mercantile kind of leaning, that would not exactly work, but also, D&D is a bad fit for that. You should probably play... Maybe Ryutama has a bit more of a mercantile kind of based-in thing. I feel attacked. Good, you should. Rethink your substitutions. What's it called? I think blowing your mind, man. Rethink your... why am I thinking like your standards? I don't know. Whatever. I cannot think of it. Yeah, Recitarity RPG would be fun to do, but yeah, I would need a very specific system for that. I would need a very specific system for that. And D&D is typically a very poor choice. Unless you do like somebody who will be like, I'm going to bolt on a whole money system to this. Is it going to be worth it? Probably not. I don't know. And you could maybe say I enjoy dumbing down games or whatever, but like a lot of times in my experience is that like there are things that are in there because they are there. But like when you question why they're there because they've always been there. Like it's the idea of the sacred cows. Where like, hey, what like it's and like this is even something other games have realized, but D&D won't change because why would it? Like 99% of the time, you don't need a stat, you just need the modifier outside of very specific cases. And like instead of keeping those very specific cases, you could just change the cases and then just like just have a modifier instead. And that basically is functionally the same, but with like less pointless nonsense. Like that kind of stuff that just kind of remains. Must the weapons do the same kind of damage or multiples of it? Oh yeah, 100%. Exactly. Or like the mace will do bludgeoning damage, and the Morningstar will do bludgeoning and piercing damage. And very rarely there's an enemy that will resist one type and then not the other, like will resist piercing. But usually, based on my experience, if you have a weapon with multiple types, you use whatever type's the most beneficial, you know? So it's like, yeah, why would I use the mace when the Morningstar is better in all ways? So like when you see that, you're like, that's just wasted page space. You know what they could do? You get a one-handed weapon, and then you choose a type, and that's it. You can get like a light weapon, a one-handed weapon, or a heavy weapon, and you choose blunt, piercing, or slashing. Probably don't even need to go that far, but let's just say we're going to do that for like, I don't know, a reason. There, you've basically simplified most of the traditional D&D book. And then if like a player wants to like really fluff that, like, oh, I would love to be a guy with a big mace, but and a shield, but mace is statistically inferior. I guess I'm not going to run that. Like, no, if you do it that way, guy is like, fuck yeah, I can run the big mace and I won't be crippling myself. Yay! Players like it when they can choose what they can do without crippling themselves. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun to play a character and like not need to worry about stats? Yeah, exactly. They want that. That's also true. Yeah, exactly. You get more like you could argue it's like fluff, but like you do get a lot more customization, and then you don't also need to have like. Or here's a fun example. I'm sure people who have played tabletop games will recognize this conundrum. Have you ever played in a game with random loots, and you get you roll for a magical item, and let's say you get a magic short sword. And then you look at it, and you're like, huh, you know, better. A magic trident. You're rolling random loots, and you get a magic trident. Guess what, dipshit? No one in the party uses a trident. You have a rogue, they're using daggers. For reasons. We'll just say they use daggers and short swords. The fighter is using a greatsword because that does most damage. Wizard is using a staff. And then let's say the cleric is using a mace because that's just all they have access to. So that trident is just money. And it's like, why you rewarded your players with a level of bookkeeping that really adds nothing to the adventure. Now, if you were going to run a game where actually, like, the act of selling treasure was worthwhile, that would be fine, but just, like... Or even, like, the way Rogue Trader did it, where you just convert treasure to trade goods, like, in a very abstract wealth that is, like, much more granular. You're like, you have X trade goods and not, like, I have, like, 5,372 gold. You should try Iron. Legitimately try that stuff. Like I said, Gamma World does this as well. Like, Make light armor and make heavy armor. Like, medium armor barely does anything outside of, like, your class lets you use medium armor, and that's it. Or fuck it. Okay, just do light, medium, and heavy armor. Just set it to the best value. Set it to the best value for each one. And just do that. And, like, maybe every now and then if you wanted to have, like, oh, this piece of gear you found is, like, extra sneaky or whatever, you could do it that way. You can modify it on a per gear basis and not, oh, this is a halberd, it's got that. Yeah, I kind of like that too. The like I'm whatever for like D&D 5th edition. I did like that Tasha's did that because a lot of times players will just go for stats. A big thing that I remember for like the 3.5 era is everybody would play humans. Everybody would play humans because you know why? Humans got a free feat. So like, why would you choose another race? Why would you? Humans got a free feat in a game with feat chains. Having the requirement feat would mean that you get access to another feat later in that chain earlier. It could literally make a whole build go online, like 2-3 levels earlier if you just choose human. Why would you not do that? Would you like to play an elf? Okay, you get piddly little class features and a fucking con penalty. Great, excellent, love to see it. Like what you choose? I mean, Gary Gygax let one of the players, I think, be a vampire hunter. I think Gary Gygax was like way less giving a shit than people make him out to be. That's now a feat, not action. I hate that stuff. I dislike feats that take like anytime a feat restricts and gives you like an action to do, like a shield bash. The fact that just strips actions that players could have taken normally. I hate that shit. I hate that shit so much. This is why I say like I can't look at 3.5 as just like it was my nostalgic system. There was a lot of bad stuff. There was a lot of bad stuff where it was just like, yeah, you can't trip a guy without all these feats. Or like technically you can, but chances are he's gonna punch you in the dick. It's not gonna work, and you're gonna look real silly wasting your turn when you could have attacked or actually probably casted a spell would be the optimal idea. Yeah, I mean, you can still do like the magical materials and stuff for that kind of thing too. But yeah, you don't need like the different varieties of like heavy and light and medium armor for that. Yeah, Metamax. I mean, that is the thing though. Like, I mean, a lot of people like I like to pick my characters on roleplay, and I have a character concept in mind. But it's very easy to notice how a concept might morph if suddenly a specific class or species has access to a lot of things. Like, I've seen a lot of people be like, there's a lot of tieflings around. It's like, yeah, some of it is because, like, tieflings are the new designated pretty race. Which is funny to think about. But yeah, no, tieflings have basically usurped elves as, like, this is the pretty race. They got high charisma, and they got exotic, like, skin colors. You can get, like, reds and purples and pinks and whatnot. Stuff like that. So it's like, but, like, a lot of times they got good stats for the kind of classes people would like to play. They got good charisma. Which is good for a certain subset of stats classes. So you're gonna see a lot of that. These banners are also messy as shit. I'm probably gonna do the burnt red next, so I could like really touch that up. A couple different areas. Demon boar. Yeah, I mean it's. I do have a soft spot for planescape tieflings in particular, but like I don't know. I'm fine normally. Yeah, I mean, some of that might just be either like the thing is, I think the default human in D&D 5th edition's bad. I don't know what system you're playing. I am assuming 5th edition. If you're not, please correct me. But I know a variant human becomes a thing where you get the like 5th edition feats are so much better. So like I know there's a couple of classes that are like, yeah, you could just get a free, you could just get a free feat instead. As per human tradition, and it's even more bonkers in that system. It's even more bonkers. I don't know. It's like I don't hate crunchy games and stuff like that. Like I did like how customizable you could do stuff in like Mutants and Masterminds. But at least for me, the crunch needs to build towards a purpose, and if I can explain a scenario where the crunch not existing makes the game more fun, I am fully on board with removing the crunch. 100%. The funny thing is, I think they tried that with The Hobbit. Like they clearly tried to make like, ooh, look, these are the sexy dwarves. Look, we made sexy dwarves for you, everybody. Whoa, you know you like that. Hello, somebody who exists. How you doing? How you doing, new friend? How you doing? I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. No, today, I forgot to paint his fucking hat. I'll do that. I'm actually painting some Tully Cavaliers from the A Song of Ice and Fire Wargame. These are Stark units. They do a lot. Oh my god. When I ran these on the tabletop, their big thing is that they charge. They do a lot of damage, which is cool. A lot of Stark units do a lot of damage. But if an ally of yours succeeds a morale check, they heal. And I was between him and Eddard Stark. I basically healed like 10 wounds off my whole army in that game, which was ludicrous. That was a very silly, silly game. Low what dwarves? I mean, I know, like, it was like Feely or Keely, the one that they set up with the elf lady. He was effectively like a Pocket Prince Legolas, more or less. They basically tried to make like Legolas, but at 5'3". And like it didn't, like, everything about the Hobbit movies were just weird and bizarre. I still think the best things out of the Hobbit movies were the fact that we got more models for the Middle-earth strategy battle game, but even then, your final. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. I have not gotten a chance to play yet. Though I need to reach out some feelers at my local shop. I want to build a warband or two first and be like, yo, is anyone else doing this? Hey, no, listen, Feely, I think it's Feely. It's Feely or Keely. It's one of the, I guess both of them were kind of like conventionally attractive. Which they were made to be like, hey, y'all like Orlando Bloom, right? What if Orlando Bloom but dwarf, question mark? But oh yeah, somebody. I actually finished those today. Would you like, here is the final results of the Black Grail Kit Bash. Check it out. There was a painting stream earlier this week. You can check the VODs for that, how I painted the models. The bases I kind of did off stream a little bit, but I did work on them at the beginning of this one as well. Yeah. Listen, I know The Hobbit came out first as a book. I know. I mean, the Hobbit, the movie, like there was some shit that came out of that, and that was positive. That was mostly the war game. Apparently, it also fucked up the country of New Zealand really, really bad. They were hassle. Yeah, I heard Black Grail is really oppressive right now because they were very, very durable and they do a lot of damage. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. I have them. I have a couple of Turnip 28 models that I want to turn halfway into. I want to make them cross-compatible between the two games. Like check this out. I'm probably going to do another Kit Bash video on this guy. This is a remade model from Bestiarum. I need to do some clipping and attaching some, like... I got, like, little 3D printed, like, little relic bits. But yeah, this is gonna be my, my communicant for, Trench Pilgrims. I'm gonna, like, attach the cross to his face as per tradition. This guy's originally like a fucked up drow kind of thing, hence the flesh skirt. So I'm going to clip off the horns and kind of make this look like it's like a big chest wound he took. Like, I'm debating whether I want to drill into it, like drill a hole, or maybe drill a hole right. Oh, I could drill a hole right through him. I was originally thinking about putting that middle relic right there, but I think if I just drill a hole to show that he's like regenerating. Oh, that would look. So yeah, I want to make a video for that one as well. I'm glad you guys liked the Kit Bash video though. They do have a lot of mechanics, like the anti-fear and anti-gas and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, do trench programs just beat them with like, kind of like a masked fire? I don't know. I don't know what's the proper counter to them, but. Oh yeah, let me show you my Lord of Tumor. I might be painting this guy on Tuesday. This was a very make it as you go Kit Bash, so I might make a video on this, but a lot of this involves like sawing and using green stuff and stuff like that. He's also huge. So the rule book was like, yeah, this guy was like twice as big as a regular person, and I think I made mine like 3 times as big. That's fine. I lean towards big just because it looked nice. There we go. Set him aside. I have to make sure I don't drop him at the state. Mostly because he's got little fucky arms, and also somebody. Not so happy. Okay. Hey, check her out. This is the first time I used a micron marker to do the text on her chest. It is the Navy SEALs copy pasta translated into Latin and just kind of scribbled everywhere. Anchorite is tankier. Ah, okay. I do not have me an Anchorite yet. I was thinking about going like communicant blob, where where you got like the big communicant in the middle that absorbs all the damage, while you have your trench pilgrims just kind of shoot. I'm still thinking it over though. I want to kind of maybe put some demo lists together so I could go to my LGS and be like, yo, anyone want to play this funky little game? I got dudes. And see how that goes. Though I might just want to reach out and be like, has anyone heard of this? You want to get a game? You want to get some games in? I was also thinking, like, I know it's a little sacrilegious considering the whole like 40k Discord drama, but I was thinking about if I went to my local shop making some like stat cards for like, you could use your existing 40k models for this game until you like make your own or buy your own later. So something like that I think would be neat. To be like, just like, yeah, this is like just kind of ease you in, you know. Yeah, that whole thing is a pain in the ass. I do need to join the remade Discord though, especially once I can show off some models. I just fucking. Why am I using this brush? I want to use a different brush. Yeah, I also wonder if you could like. Oh, no, I was gonna say, I wonder if you could also use stigmatic nuns to kind of tank some Black Grail stuff. But I think Black Grail's actually good for the nuns, because they just don't die if you use like small arms fire, which is kind of fun. But yeah, no, I've been having a lot of Trench Crusade brain rot recently when it comes to like, I have a theoretical heretic list, a theoretical no, I don't have the new Antioch list yet, though I would like to build one. I have a very, very, very loose Trench Pilgrim list. The only list I don't have is the Sultanate. Not that I don't think it's cool. I think they're really cool, but I actually do not know what models I would use to proxy them. So I think I might just wait for the official release and just buy the models they got cooking, because all those for the Sultanate looks really nice. Also, Steve, have yourself a good night and take it easy. Have a good rest. Oh yeah, no, the cost of 40k compared to Trench Crusade is yeah, it's definitely also too got that like Mordheim, like everybody's making their own like I'm a big fan of Mordheim and like Turnip 28s and stuff like that, where it's like these are my bespoke warband of little dudes. I got the lore, they got a unique look. These are mine. There might be many like them, but these ones are mine, kind of deal. I love that little bit quite a bit. I love that aspect of them like a whole lot. So yeah, if nobody at my local shop has some demo lists, I need to put together at least two, and then maybe test them out just to make sure that like the Black Grail side won't totally fucking stop shit. That's the thing I'm kind of worried about. Like I think because that they're, from what I understand, Black Grail is really good right now. If they get nerfed, that would actually be great. I don't like playing. I like playing armies and warbands and stuff like that are good, but not oppressive. You know. I want my opponent to have a sporting chance and have fun. Yeah, you get it, Zelix, you get it. Unless the rock on was for Steve going to bed. In that case, still rock on anyway. Everybody be rocking on. What time is it? Usually getting close to about the time I would get off anyway, but it is a holiday, so I could stay up a little bit later, getting a little. Actually, no, I think I do it. Gotta get done after this. Oh yeah, Mordheim is from the 90s. Oh yeah, for sure. I do have an actual physical copy of the book, which is nice. Though I think at this point you basically just run it's like the community edition, because I know Mordheim is one of those games very, very much like certain editions of Blood Bowl and like Battlefleet Gothic and like Epic, where it has like a very, very, very nice community edition where like people have been playing this game for fucking years. Which I saw a lot of that kind of stuff with what's it called? With like in the Inquisitor 28 scene, those kind of like people that are kind of really art punky, grimdark about their stuff. They have some like really cool Mordheim events that I'm jelly of and I would like to go to one of those someday. But they're always like in like Poland or some shit. Which is nothing wrong with Poland as a country. It's just that I'm not quite ready to fly to Poland without knowing somebody in Poland. Like we run in that comment. Like, oh, that's weird. I didn't look at the amalgam too much. I think it's because I was like, this is a big dude with melee weapons in an army where there was already a bunch of big dudes with melee weapons. Like my Lord of Tumors, I put way too many points. My problem with Trench Crusade, and it's not the issue with the game, it's me, is I know it's one of those games where you should technically run more bodies than like armor and stuff like that and like lots of fancy gear, but I like the fancy gear. The fancy gear is the fun part for me, so I like load up all my dudes with like really nice stuff. Like, I think my Lord of Tumors is like 200 and some points by itself because he's got like the Beelzebub axe and heavy armor and maybe something else. I don't know if I don't think mine has a ranged weapon at all. It's fine though. That's fine. So I did hear some people running amalgams with, shit, what is it? They're running amalgams with like 5 guns. Like just 5 pistols, which I find very funny. Just like a big meaty crater. It's like the amalgam is like a big meat zombie thing for people who don't know much about Trench Crusade, and some people are just running it with a bunch of little pistols because it's got a lot of arms, so you can really customize its loadout. You can really do a lot with it, which is neat. Escape. This is what I'm talking about. I really like war games where you have a profile, and the profile is pretty simple. Turnip 28's got this too. You got a simple profile, but you got a lot of funky little options, like you got the cults, or you got the gear, or you got the side factions that let you really, really do that. Oh yeah, there is a Cult of Mammon, like the Knights of Avarice, that specifically you're like, you have to have a model, like, none of your models can cost below 80. And like typically, your typical Heretic Legionnaire is like 30, and like a rifle, like just like a standard bolt action rifle is like 10. So like you could run a dude that is just like, what's it called? You could easily run a dude in that is just very, very cheap. Get a bunch of Legionnaires. They'll do a ton of work for you. But if you run the Knights of Avarice, you get a lot of like, I think it's gonna get nerfed though. I think it's from what I've been told. Like I said, I really need to get into the Discord now that they've remade it. And like really kind of like see how the development is going. It's still very much a game in progress, like a game in progress. But so far, everything that's coming out of it activates my neurons super fucking hard. It's the guy. How you doing? How you doing, Echo? How you doing? How you doing, everybody? How you doing? For my warbands, it's been fine. Oh, gotcha. Not possible warband low amounts of strong units. That's fair. I know my theoretical warband is for the Black Grail are like 2 corpse knights with shields and infected swords, my Lord of Tumors with a bunch of shit, 1 the fly guy, and then like 9 corpse zombies, which I am currently using. I need to like spray paint them and stuff like that. Like these are the models I'm gonna be using from. They're from a guy named Blue Art, and they're like from their Scourge set, you know. Of the art. Oh yeah, it is like I think if you just like look up like if you're just trying to look for the rules, Zelix, hold on. Oh hold on, we were in Ad Town. Once we're at Ad Town, I'll give you a proper link if you're trying to like find rules and stuff. Fucking bugs. Please. I hate bugs. I hate pest bugs, that's a better way to say it. There's cool bugs and then there's like please stop flying in my face, please. Goddamn. I beg of ye. I clarified. The thralls can get useless +5. Oh, that's fucking terrible. But yeah, for people who would like to check out the rules and stuff, I have a dedicated command. Also in the same way that I have a dedicated what's it called? I have a dedicated button for Turnip 28. Yeah, I mean, listen, bug ladies are very good. Bug ladies are very good. It's pests. There, I should say pests. There we go. Great rulebook. Been watching some. Ooh, fuck yeah. I also want to get me the 4th edition or the 3rd edition, probably the 4th edition rulebook. My idea is that I'm just gonna wait and see if it ever manifests locally at my used shop, and if it's there, it's meant to be, and then I'll worry about it later. If not, I'm probably not going out of my way to seek it out. You know how it be. Mimics are pests. No. Mimics are a valuable part of the dungeon ecosystem. You watch Dunmesh, you know mimics are part of the circle of life. They are not pests. They are hunters. Oh. As in, I'm not, if somebody's having a good day in their house, I'm not going to fly directly into their face and be like, hey, 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 hey. Yeah, how you doing, son? Hey, hey. No, I'm kidding. How you doing? Echo with wings win, huh? Echo with wings win. Let's see there. It's weird. I feel like I got both less progress than I thought I would, but also like these secondary base coats are helping a tremendous amount. Like they look how like this guy I don't think had a lot going on for him prior to today. I guess I did get the medals too. This does look like a fully kind of like fleshed out like little horse. Still needs a lot of work though. Not give a sense that I will not like thereby. Not it. I mean, do what you want to do at the end of the day. It is your time. How you doing, son? How you doing? I'm currently painting some Tully Cavaliers and having myself a ye old grand time. I'm also curious, like, I know tomorrow I have the day off, and my EDH group is like, we should play EDH tomorrow and maybe do it early. But part of me is like, I will be going to that. The real question is like, will I be able to I would like to do a little painting. Let's see how much painting I can. But oh yeah, no, I'm excited for the artillery witch. I did get there was a unofficial STL that was released for a while that I liked quite a bit, but also like the artist took it down, which made sense. Like there are people who are making really good like STLs for Trench Crusade. There's one that I really want to shout out because he does some like real good shit. And I don't even mean in the context of like what's it called? Like not even in the context of like full on proxies. He does like really, really good accessories. Let me link it. This guy's named like Mr. Jar on Colts. And he does like a lot of cool like helmets and like sandbags and trench ladders and stuff like that. There we go. Really, really, really good shit. Honestly, Matthew, some of that might be good for Turnip too. But there was a couple of people that's like, well, the official models aren't out yet, so let's just make a artillery witch. And I did download that one, but that got taken down, so I probably won't paint that one then, just kind of out of respect. I think I showed on stream previously, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna. If it was taken down, like I do have the model, and technically since I downloaded it, I can download it whenever I want. Yeah, whenever there's like a takedown on Colts, they don't ever take the model out of people who have already downloaded it, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I got plenty of other models to work on though, so it's not like I need an artillery witch right this red hot second. But, you know, he's got some real good shit. Like I've been like those like the relic that I was showing earlier, like the little fold out thing for my communicant, that was from him. He's also got like an STL for a gigantic fucking cross. It's like a real big fucking cross, and I was like, ooh, that would be big spicy. That would be big spicy. It's just like a big cross terrain piece, especially if I could print out like 3 of them. It's these Minecraft minis for Trench Crusade. Hey, I mean, you might as well. The thing is, the game's still in a playtest state. Like, I think you absolutely should use like Minecraft minis and like paper printouts and whatever. Like, the game's not done yet. Like, I have made minis for models that still have influx rules because I just like doing that and I have the means to do so. However, I think it's totally legit to be like, this game is still being worked on. Get finalized minis when the game's finalized. Do what you gotta do. I totally approve of that. Good shit. Good shit, somebody who exists. Let me get that. I'm not sure what you're angry about, Zelix, honestly. I'm not I'm not sure why you were upset. I am missing the context for that a little bit. That's just a Discord drama thing. In that case, it's just dumb Discord drama. At the end of the day, Discord drama is dumb, and I do not let that affect my enjoyment of things. If I let dumb people on the internet and ruin my enjoyment of things, I would not enjoy anything. I would not enjoy anything, because the internet is a very silly place. A little bit more. I need to go and get some kind of fine-tuned details on this boy. I think I am about to wrap up for the night. So let me get this last little bit of red. I am very happy with the way these are turning out. I also needed now that I got my airbrush set up, I also want just to start airbrushing the shit out of like my ability, just like generic Stark units. Like I got like Stark dude with sword, which are kind of a crucial unit in my army, but also like they're just Stark dude with sword. Hello, Ackerman, how you doing? Time to get working if you guys ready for tomorrow. Yeah, let's go. What doobie you working on? What doobie you working on? I've been working on these Tully Cavaliers and have been turning out pretty good. And lurking by my head to bed. That's all good, Kenzie. I think I am actually going to be wrapping up right now anyway, so I'm going to go to the outro screen. Yay! All right. I'm going to remove the D20 live thing because that's no longer relevant. Thanks for coming, everybody. I had a bunch of fun. Schedule time for next week. This is not written up yet, but this is what my schedule for next week is going to be. Charity paint event. Ooh, fuck yeah. Best of luck with that. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. What's it called? On Tuesday, I will be playing more Disco Elysium, which is a game I've been enjoying a whole lot. Wednesday, I will do another long mini paint, maybe some more Trench Crusade. I don't know. It depends if I get my Lord of Tumors ready in time. Thursday, movie night, probably Blade 2. Saturday. Okay, hold on, real quick. No, fuck, it's too shiny. It's in a different room. I bought a copy of the How to Draw manga book. So Saturday, I will be doing a pencil and paper hand cam while I learn the lessons of how to draw manga from that most ancient of tomes. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing some more mini painting as well. I don't know what for that second one yet. We'll find the fuck out. So I'm excited for that. Sleep is for the weak and I'm very weak. Yeah, it do be like that sometime. So I'm going to end the YouTube side because I'm about to do a Twitch raid. So YouTubers, I will see you on Wednesday. Bye bye, YouTube people.